Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. How's everybody? How's you doing, sir? Anyways, tonight is the Doghouse Live, second edition, full-fledged. No, this is a third edition. This is a third episode. Holy shit. Anyways, I got my good buddy over here.
Hi,
Where the hell you at? You're right there.
I'm
What's
over here,
up?
mate.
My good buddy Hayton. So tonight, as I've been promoting and he's been promoting, we're going to be doing a duel between who's better, Facebook or Twitch. So, as you know, Hayton is on Facebook. I'm on Twitch. I ordered a Twitch shirt, but it did not get here. I was trying to be purpley, but
I should have worn a blue shirt. Actually, that's a bit of a rookie error. This is kind of bluish.
yeah, this is supposed. I mean, it's K-State. It's supposed to be purple, but it's showing blue in the my camera.
I like it, mate. Team blue. I like it. You've really switched over.
It went that quick. No, but anyways, what we're doing tonight is we're gonna battle it out. We're gonna sit there and try to convince each other who's the best. I mean, we all have our doubts about either platform. I mean, Twitch has, has been around the longest. Has had their, I don't know. It seems like they're still in growing pain stages, but I have no freaking clue. After what? Shit, when did they start? 10 years ago?
Yeah.
So after 10 years, they're still having issues. So hopefully, crossing my fingers. I know the last two podcasts or talk shows that I've done, I have not dropped any frames. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see if it does it tonight. So I think it only does it when I play games. It doesn't want me to play games. But anyways, so what's up, R? So anyways, if you guys are new here and have never been to the Doghouse Live, I am Rebel Dog. What we do is we try to bring creators and from different areas of gaming and from just life in general and try to bring them together and do some things. And other things we do stuff like this here, kind of fun that we're going to start doing. I have a whole list of stuff that I need to trim down, and I need to focus on just a few because I've got way too much shit going on in my life right now for that. But we're going to have a lot more episodes coming up, hopefully soon. And anyways, but tonight's episode is Facebook gaming versus Twitch. And I have streamed on both platforms. I've streamed on Twitch, Mixer, Facebook gaming a couple of times, Trovo a couple of times, Glimish a couple of times. Never streamed on DLive, so I have no clue what that is. I've had people that sit there and told me that it's okay, but I don't know. It just seems like DLive is one of those that, I don't know. I hate to say it, but it's just like the people that can't make it on the other platforms, they disappear to that one, and then they just disappear.
True that.
My day was good. So Hayton, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
A little bit about me. Wow. Thanks, Rebel. So we've known each other for a little while, right? But for those of you that don't know me, I'm from South Africa originally, as you can tell by the accent. So easy accent to understand. But I moved to the UK probably about 15 years ago now. But I recently got into stream. I've probably been streaming for about 2.5 years. And it was kind of one of those things. I always enjoyed gaming. I've enjoyed gaming since I was a little kid. And I decided to start streaming my gameplay, and back in the Fortnite days when Fortnite really kicked off. And I thoroughly enjoyed my kind of opportunity to be able to stream it to the world and have a bit of fun with it. And yeah, we got to the point where it was, I kind of thought, oh, maybe I can have a little bit of fun with this and really start doing it. And I started like most streamers kind of on a laptop with my console and just started streaming my gameplay and clipping it. And I started on Twitch actually. So originally at Twitch, and I got affiliate after a month. I streamed on the platform for probably about 7 months. And it was the hype of Ninja. And then he decided to go to Mixer. And I kind of had been looking at Mixer as a platform anyway before Ninja decided to go, but it really kind of emphasized I wanted to kind of go have a look at Mixer. So I decided to jump ship from Purple went across the Mixer, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And that's where I really started enjoying streaming. I met some huge content creators, so some big guys that are now on Twitch, like Psycho Plays and those type of guys. I met them all on Mixer, and I really started looking at my stream and how I can make it better and stuff like that. And I slowly upgraded my setup and adding the little bits to it, but still mainly doing Fortnite content. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I got to the stage where I was about to become partner on Mixer. I had all the requirements. I submitted my application, but never heard back for a couple of weeks. And I was like, And then all of a sudden, Mixer closed, which was like, oh my goodness, right? Most streamers that came across from Mixer, they're all kind of like, oh my God. It's just like all of a sudden, like literally next day, right? They just decided, boom, it was done, dusted, see you later. And I kind of was a bit lost because I was having so much fun streaming. I didn't really know what to do. So I kind of searched. I went back to Twitch for a little while because I was already affiliate on Twitch. So it was an easy switch. But I missed a community kind of feel that I had on Mixer that I just didn't have on Twitch. And I decided to go to Facebook Gaming because I heard a lot of the Mixer kind of streamers went across Facebook Gaming. And I already had a page set up there that I used to post videos and stuff on. But I decided to, give it a go. Let's see what Facebook Gaming is all about. And I upgraded my whole system. I went, to PC gaming. So, bought myself PC, and slowly added to 3 monitors, lighting, green screen, as you can see behind me. And I started to really have a go at Facebook Gaming, but I kind of had stuff from scratch, right? Which is tough for anyone that goes to a new platform. But it just fitted with me. I love the platform. I love the community. I love the way it works. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. But at that time, I decided to start taking up competitive Call of Duty, which if you've watched my stream, I started off really trash, a bit of a noob. But I've had so many, tournaments. Yeah, tournament play just absolutely allows you to just grow as a content creator, but also as a competitive gamer. So that's been my focus for the year. So and I've won a few tournaments and stuff like that with Overworld. So Overworld's an esports organization based down in Camberley in the UK. For those of you that are from the UK. And they do some amazing work with SEND kids, so kids with special needs, etc. And it just seemed like a great fit to start playing in loads of those tournaments and stuff like that. And it's helped create content around competitive gaming, and that's been my angle. So if you come to my stream, that's what I do, right? I play in so many tournaments. I play in tournaments Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. Thursdays I kind of do variety games, and I play a few different ones. And then Saturdays is the big tournament nights that I play in. And that's pretty much me in a nutshell. From a personal perspective, I spend a lot of time streaming and grinding like most content creators, and managing a full-time job and then streaming kind of in the evenings. So like pretty much everyone that's a small-time streamer, we function on about 4 hours sleep a night. But that's pretty much me in a nutshell anyway.
Pretty much you in a nutshell. Damn.
Yeah.
I wish I don't know. I'm just plain Jane. I'm still trying to find my way in this world.
Yeah.
But
It's always an interesting time. Like I always I look at loads of streamers, because obviously when you're a content creator, right, it's all about networking and watching loads of streams and picking up tips and things to do things better. So I literally spend so much time networking and kind of meeting new streams and stuff like that. And we obviously met through through an organization, and kind of got to kind of learn from each other and play a few games together as well, which is kind of cool. So I just love.
Carried me.
Yeah, I love the gaming community. It's incredible that you can meet some of your best friends that you never meet in real life, right? But you meet them on games and through streaming, and we all speak the same language. We all face the same struggles, which is incredible. It's not often in life that you kind of meet someone and you go, or I'm having this tough time and that tough time. You maybe get a few people that are struggling with the same thing, but it's very rare that you get people that are facing the exact same challenges that you are day in, day out. And it's such an awesome thing to be able to talk to people and get advice and help each other out, which is great. We're all big nerds at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, and that's that's what I've said the whole time. It's the reason why I started streaming, is because I mean, I've never been diagnosed, but the older I get, and like I said, I do have a psychology degree, and the more I deep dive into my psyche, it's scary. But anyways, I found out that I kind of self-diagnosed myself as ADHD because I just have all the symptoms like everybody else does.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the only thing after my day at work for 3-4 hours, 5 hours, depends on the day or night or whatever. This is the only time my brain actually focuses and goes one direction, and I don't know. Just like he said, we all speak the same language, and I've learned new language. What's up, Wookie? And, as being, I've been on Twitch since like 2017, I believe, or something like that. I was back and forth, but I started streaming when I went to, a little history about myself. I started streaming when I was down. I had an emergency surgery that it put me down for like 3 weeks, so I couldn't go to work, couldn't get up and do a lot of things, as minimal movement and all that bullshit. And, so it was right around Christmas time. So, my wife went out and, we bought me an Xbox, one of the new ones back then, or semi-new ones. And so I started playing games. Well, then I started looking around on the apps and stuff like that, and I found Mixer. Never freaking heard of Mixer, barely heard of Twitch, because Twitch is Twitch was only like maybe Twitch started in. God, I had my stats all set up, but now I don't know where they went to. Like I said, you can plan, and it just never freaking goes right. So I quit playing, and I go by the seat of my pants now, 90% of the stuff. And it seems to work out better. But anyways, while I'm looking for this, how you doing, Wookie? Nice to see you, man.
Oh, Mr. AOD Wookie. I love Wookie.
Fuck. Oh, here we go. That's the one I was looking for. It's the one I've got too many fucking screens. This weekend, I'm not smart. My wife's going out of town tomorrow, so I'm tearing down my room for the very last time, and I'm going to reset it up, because this is what I'm focusing my content on from now on out, is the talk shows. So I'm going to readjust my doing good, but too much green behind Hayden. Vandalizer, what's happening? Thank you for being here. Where did I see that? Here it is. So anyways, if y'all don't know, I'll give the spiel about, I'm it's what I mean. ADHD is kicking in. I'm getting off topic. Anyways, what I was talking about before is like, I was down for 3 weeks. My wife bought me an Xbox. I found Mixer, and, so I was on, I searched Twitch streams, and I kind of knew what streaming was, from, the early days. I kind of remember Justin TV a little bit, but not much. But, when I found Mixer on Xbox, and I just reached out to her today. My very first streamer that I ever watched in my entire life was 1,000 Years. I don't know if you guys if you guys don't know her. She's unique. She plays a lot of Apex, but she's 100% community. And I'm glad, and to this day, I'm glad that I found her, because it was kind of like a chain reaction. I found her, then I found a few others like Glam, Von Grimm, that was on here, my very first official show. Like Shadow Serpent, I found Illcat. I found Reanimator. All the people I've had on here in the last few weeks, they were all like my top streamers, and I'm trying to get 1,000 Years. I've sent her messages. I'm hoping she doesn't think I'm like too small. I don't think she will, but I know she's a busy woman because she's got a lot of other things to do with her because she's got partnerships and stuff like that. I know she's got a lot of stuff to do. But anyways, like I said, 1,000 years. And I watched her before she was even partner on Mixer. You know, she had just barely started out herself. And because her views were like real low. And I was in the 3 weeks that I was down, I literally watched her grow. I mean, her community like grew in 3 weeks more than anything, you know, that I would imagine. And I was like, oh man, this is fucking cool. You know, she's got like 150 people watching her, 300 people watching her. You know, well, that was before we knew what Mixer's inflated view counts were. But anyways, it was just a cool idea, you know, and the fact that she promoted community, she talked to her chat, you know, her Discord, she invited everybody back to her Discord, and they had community nights in her Discord. I was like, what the hell is this thing? He's like, I had, you know, streaming? What? So I started, you know, I'm a researcher, so I started researching stuff, and I got into, you know, watching all these videos about, you know, people making money off of streaming. It's like, what the hell? And, you know, I mean, I heard of Ninja more because of his gameplay and basically his YouTube stuff when he was younger, you know, because what made Ninja was like his rants and raves that he used to do. That's what got his name popular outside of the gaming circuit. But yeah, you never heard of Ninja? I know he's like one of those guys that just kind of like slips in every once in a blue moon, you know. Now he's like a multi-billionaire with 9,000 businesses, and I really don't even know why he's streaming, to tell you the truth. He doesn't need the money. But anyways, you know, then I started you know, I throughout Mixer, you know, every platform has their toxicity. You know, they have their toxic communities. They have it doesn't matter where you go. And in the 2 years that I've been doing this, I've gotten really, really involved in more, you know, finding out more about people and stuff like that, and their communities. And yeah, so I try to stay clear of the toxic ones, because I find out that it kind of rubs off on you and it just makes you a shitty person for the day. But no, I love streaming. Like I said, if it focuses me, or it tries to focus me. Sometimes I override it, but yeah, no, but yeah, like Hayton was saying, Mixer was a different breed, you know, and I am 100% glad. I will never change the fact that I started actually my streaming career on Mixer, you know, because I do know what community is, you know, because of them. I do know what I believe I know what people look for, you know, is value in what people come to the channel, whether it's information, whether it's gameplay, whether it's just camaraderie, whether it's like if you had a shitty day at work, I have like 5 streamers. If I've had a shitty day at work, I usually hit their streams, sometimes even while I'm at work, and just listening to them because of the way they do their communities, it kind of perks me up for a while until I have to go back to the shittiness again. But yeah, and Twitch. I mean, I stream on Twitch full time. Well, I mean, this is my home as of the moment. Hayton's gonna try to turn me blue, but we'll see. But yeah, Twitch has their issues. So I'm gonna get my 5 top complaints of Twitch right now, and then I'll let Hayton either give his complaints or give his blessing on what I said, or, you know, I'll let him do his deal on that side. But my top 5 complaints on Twitch is that, you know, there's no discoverability. And they have the option. I mean, they're the biggest fucking platform out there. They have the option. I mean, if you can be discovered on YouTube with the same damn setup, then you can be discovered on Twitch. I mean, it's just there's no excuse for it. And all the money they have. I mean, shoot, you know, Amazon bought him from Amazon bought Twitch, or bought Justin TV for, where did it go? I just had it. Oh, there it is. Amazon acquired Twitch back in 2005 is what it said. No, 2000. 2007, I believe. Yeah. 2007, 2008. They acquired Twitch for $970 million.
Crazy, right?
Kamikaze, thank you, brother. $970 million for a dude that only had, Justin Kahn. He's the one that created Justin TV. He only had that damn platform up and running for 2 years, and he made $970 million off of it.
Crazy.
But and there was a bunch of other, blah, blah, blah stuff inside. But anyways, for $970 million or $970 million, is that right? No, that was million, right? Yeah, million. I mean, back in 2005, it's probably, with the cost of inflation and everything, you calculate it all up. It was probably, today, if he bought it, it would probably be worth about $2 billion, just because of the way prices like to go up. But my biggest complaint is no discoverability. No freaking discoverability at all. I have found out, though, through listening to Twitch talkers, even though I warn you about listening to people on YouTube and TikTok and everything else about any platforms telling you how to grow, because 90% of the time they're just recycling other people's content and trying to make content out of their own, which, a lot of people do that, and that's content. I always say content's content, whatever grabs people's attention. But yeah, I mean, discoverability, you can go, I found out like on Twitch with your VODs, not your stream title, but your VOD title, if you shorten it and make it something unique, Google's SEO will pick it up and put it in a search index. They only do that to the VODs and to your highlights. They don't do it to your clips, and they don't do it to your stream titles. I guess just because maybe the filing, the way the file is rendered on the Twitch side, I don't know. But I have found out, because I know, because I've Googled some of my tags in my videos, and it comes up, so. And make sure, using, but yeah, it's just like anything else with YouTube. If you use keywords when you redo your videos and stuff like that, because it asks, if you want to add keywords and blah, blah, blah. If you put keywords in there, the reason why that is so Google's SEO will pick it up. So, I mean, it's a pain in the ass to put keywords in, because TubeBuddy's the best one that I found to find keywords, and I am not sponsored by TubeBuddy. I'm not advertising TubeBuddy. I'm just sitting there saying, this is not an advertisement. But anyways, my second complaint. So my first complaint is discoverability. The second complaint is, right now, the last 5 months, is their server connection. Their server connections suck. I almost feel like I'm back on Mixer towards the end.
Yeah.
Where, you'll be streaming along going good, and then all of a sudden you just watch your bitrate go, and then you got the little guy going like this. I thought it was my computer for the longest time. And then when I started hearing other people doing it and stuff like that, and then I realized it's like, oh, it's not me. I mean, I can lower my bit rate like down to 1,000, and it will fluctuate really bad, and the video will look really bad, but I won't crash. But if I keep it at 4,500, like, it's the common standard to put it about 4,500 bits or KBS. But yeah. And my third one is, you know what? Other than the fact that they have all this money and they still cannot do, I don't know. I think they could pay their streamers, a lot more. I can understand affiliates being 50-50, but I think once you hit a certain amount of followers or viewership or something, you should get a raise, just like at work. Once you've showed your performance level has gone up, I think it should be like a tier system. You hit so many hours, then you get, a 1% increase in your sub intake. They need to pay their streamers better. You know, I mean, I can remember back when I very first started on Twitch, 3 or started streaming, because my very first platform I started on, I'm sorry, my very first time I started was on Twitch, but I was only there for like 3 weeks before I could not find any discoverability, and I went to Mixer, and that's where, you know, I learned everything there. But yeah, I mean, there's got to be they need to put like a tier system in. You've got to be able to, because now, you know, with Facebook gaming, I mean, if you guys heard, I mean, I think it's only for partnered streamers though, right? Where they get 100% of their intake, or is it everybody?
No, so it's everyone.
Okay, so
Yeah, so you know what? I'll speak about it in a bit around Facebook because yes, 100%. But to get that monetization is very, very difficult.
yeah.
Yeah, very, very difficult.
But okay, my see, that was my, what was that? That was my number 3. Okay, so number 4 complaint that I have is the way they have their communities set up. You know, I mean, I don't care what you do, the hot tub stream. I mean, I'm very grateful that they put them in a different category. But they need to make that they need to set up their mature moderation, you know, their 18 plus moderation a lot better. Because right now on Twitch, if your account, you know, say my daughter's 13. If she comes onto my computer and gets on Twitch, she's going to be in my account. You know, but even if she uses because she's too young to have a Prime account, if she wants to buy, but she's not too young to buy stuff off of Amazon because she has her own money. But if she wants to use me and my wife's Prime account, you know, and she logs into Twitch, and I kind of think that it is, I know you've got to log in with the email, but by some chance she gets on my computer and gets into my Twitch, she can view all of that stuff that's 18 plus. You know, because the only thing you get is a little banner that pops up says, "This is mature warning. Click to continue." You know, that's my number 4 complaint, is they need to figure out some way to, I don't know, because Microsoft does it. Microsoft, if you register a child, they cannot access anything that is mature content. The browser will not let them, if they log in with their email, or if you set up a login with their, you know, because their login is determined by their age. Because if you log in, like say my daughter logs into her Microsoft account, she can't view anything that's mature. You know, so she won't get no ads. She won't get nothing, you know. So if Microsoft on the web page can have that type of, you know, control, you know, Twitch can have it. It's not, that stuff there's not copyrighted or whatever. You know, there's millions of sites out there that have the same thing. You know, if you log in, you know, if your parent sets up an account for you, I mean, yes, granted, the child can bypass it and set up their own account. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the maturity thing, they need to figure out how to keep kids out of the maturity level once, because just dividing the category isn't going to help.
Yeah.
You know, and the reason why I have a problem with that is, you know, I mean, trust me, you know, like I said, content's content. I don't care. Whatever grabs people's attention, it's going to happen. Yeah. You know, and it doesn't bother me as long as you don't push it on me. You know, if I want to watch it, I'll watch it, but don't, you know, I don't want you to push it on me. That's where I start saying, okay, back off. But, you know, Amrith, I'm going to bring Amrith up. You know, I can tell you that now. She's not banned anymore. But if you deep dive into her background, she is a very smart, successful businesswoman for her age.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just because, I mean, she doesn't do nudes on Twitch. I don't know about her OnlyFans. I'm sure there's probably semi-nudes on there, but I don't think they're like graphical, you know, like XXX porn type. And they could be. I don't know. If anybody on here is on her OnlyFans, let me know. You probably won't, because you don't want to be known that you're on her OnlyFans. But anyways, no, she's a smart gal. You know, she started out young. She did, went into fashion design, and then she started doing cosplay, and then she found out what people wanted. She found value in her stream. What people valued. They wanted to look at her riding a banana. To each their own. But
yeah,
my biggest problem with that is the fact the maturity, the deal, because if it's linked, like I said, if your account is linked to your parents' Amazon Prime or anybody's over Amazon Prime, over 18 Amazon Prime, they can sub to her. And when you sub to her channel, that's where you start getting into the parts, that she gets around. Like I said, she's a smart lady. She gets around Twitch's policy of not promoting pornographic materials or adult, content. Because when you sub to her, she sends out an email to her subs with her OnlyFans link, along with, special discounts. And, if you sub to her on her Twitch, from what I've seen, people have posted, you get special discounts for, subbing, so that is the only thing I don't have a problem with. I mean, I don't think, I haven't seen anything where like she sends nudes or anything out in her emails, but there's people out there that could do that,
Mm-hmm.
If they want to promote their OnlyFans, and they send, the softcore clip in the email to their subs, who's to say that sub's not 13 years old or even younger?
Yeah.
That is where I have issues. So they need to control the mature access. My number 5th one is, it's just too damn big. Unless you're, it's a challenge. That's the reason why I'm over here, because it's a challenge and I love challenges. Anything that challenges me, I deep dive into it and I hang on to it until I can't do it no more. So right now is the challenge of trying to figure out what grabs people's attention, what makes, what makes you, so hopefully this is what it is, because a few, I know there's going to be a dead time and a good time and whatever, but I do mainly for YouTube. As soon as this weekend, I got to sit down and edit a couple of videos to put back up there, but these are mainly for you guys to learn and also for YouTube. But anyways, yeah, so those are my 5 complaints on Twitch. What are your 5 complaints on Facebook?
I agree with all of those. I think someone coming from Twitch, yeah, I agree with all of them. We got very similar challenges on Facebook gaming. My number 1 complaint will be discoverability. Right, like any platform, if you're a small-time streamer, the Facebook gaming has an added complexity because it's not Twitch, right? Twitch is a streaming platform. That is its main purpose. Everyone goes there for one purpose, and that is to watch streams, right? No matter what the categories, etc., that's its own challenges, but it's a streaming platform. Facebook is Facebook, the behemoth that is Facebook, right? It's not just about gaming. It's about live videos. It's about stories. It's about, news feeds, posts. It's got so much information, so much traffic that discoverability is a major challenge, right? But so what they do with Facebook gaming is they have an algorithm which kind of works for all content creators. The challenge that you have, and I'll use an example on my channel. So, I've got roughly nearly 1,000 followers now on Facebook, right? And the challenge with Facebook, with the way the algorithm works, is when you click that live button, people that follow your channel have to have notifications on to receive the live notification, right? Similar to Twitch. So you got to click the little bell on Twitch, same thing. Yep. But it's not as easy as clicking a little bell. They have to come into your chat and type !notify, and then that turns on notifications for them for your live stream whenever you go live, right? Which is another challenge. Anyway, what the algorithm currently does is it'll push out your stream to 50 of your followers straight off, right? So it goes out to 50 of your followers. Then it watches the stream essentially. And if you get loads of likes, loads of shares right off the bat, it'll mean this stream is popular and people are finding it popular to watch. and then we'll push it out to another 50. And if you get a bunch more likes and a bunch more shares, it'll then push it out some more, right? Now, if you're a small time streamer, the challenge that you have is you might not have a load of likes and a load of shares straight off the bat. So what ends up happening is it then follows an hourly algorithm push. So, for example, once you've been live for an hour, it'll then select the next bunch of followers and push out their notification into their news feed on their Facebook. And then it waits another hour, and then it pushes out again, so another certain percentage. And then once you reach the 4-hour mark, it'll then push it out to the rest. So technically, to reach your audience of your followers, you kind of got to be live for 4 hours, right? Unless you're the likes of Stone Mountains, Elena, all those type of guys, where they go live and they get 1,000 people straight into the stream straight off. That automatically triggers it's a popular streamer or popular content creator. It pushes it out straight away to the world, right? Now, the one thing I will say that's an added benefit with that is actually your reach is a lot bigger on Facebook, because it's not just about that live video. It's then it sits as a VOD, right? Once you finish your stream.
True.
And that appears in news feeds at some point, and people will engage with it. So your reach, I mean, I can stream to 10, 12 people live in the stream, right? And they might watch me and they'll dip in and out, but my concurrent viewers might be about 12, let's say. But my reach could be anywhere to 50,000 people, right? Which is incredible. Now, the challenge is converting that into followers, right?
Yeah.
So that's the challenge. So discoverability is really difficult because of that algorithm for small time streamers. Now, when I first joined the platform, it was really easy to do it because they hadn't set this algorithm, because they never really had the gaming infrastructure or the gaming content creators and all those people on that kind of side of the platform. So the algorithm kind of worked like your normal news feed, right? So if someone's liked your stream like 3 or 4 or 5 times, it appears as a favorite or a popular stream or a popular piece of content that they would like to see on the news feed, right? So you used to get, I mean, when I first started, loads of streamers were getting, 400, 500 people coming into their streams right off the rip. But what they found was it was just oversaturated, and the engagement levels were very, very low. So while you would have 400 or 500 people coming in and out, the challenge was it's the engagement levels. So they measure your VOD based on like 0 to 30 seconds, 1 minute to 5 minutes, blah, blah, blah. And they found a big chunk of people were only lasting 30 seconds in your stream. So what they did is they then changed the algorithm to make it really like this new kind of 50 block pieces over a 4-hour period, to ensure that the guys that are the big content creators that people want to see, because at the end of the day, they're a revenue business. They get their money off people getting stars and all that stuff. So similar to Twitch. So what it does is it just drowns out the smaller content creators. So discoverability is a major, major issue on Twitch, and the same thing on Facebook gaming. So that'll come with my number one complaint. The number two complaint was they've done a bit of work on it now, but when I initially started was the whole argument between personal profiles and pages, right? So that made it really, really tough for anyone if you were on a previous platform to come across, because your audience never necessarily followed you, because there was this whole thing you got to use your personal profile. So that made people not really wanting to engage. They might come and lurk in a stream because your name doesn't show up. Like on Twitch, you can see a dashboard with a bunch of names, right? You do not see that on Facebook because of privacy settings. So people could come and lurk in your stream, and you might have 20, 30 viewers, but only 1 or 2 people chatting, because people are too scared to chat because then their profile shows up in the chat, right? Yeah. So that was a real issue, a major issue, while a load of people just didn't really come across to Facebook gaming from other platforms with their content creators, unless you were really, really big, like the Stone Mountains and all those type of guys that came across from Mixer, for example. Their community followed them. So they've done a bunch of work on that now to allow pages to interact with streams. So you can create a page and kind of, like your gaming page or something like that, also username similar to what you do on Twitch, to be able to interact. So they've done a little bit of work on that, but it's a hassle to have to set up a page, right, on your Facebook profile. So that's a bit of a challenge. The other thing that they haven't really fixed is, even if you comment as your page, underneath that, it says your real username. So like if I comment as HaytonsGB in the stream, it shows up as HaytonsGB in my gaming page, but underneath it says commented as James Hayton, and I'm like, shit, right? So it's not foolproof. So that's a big complaint that I have, and they need to sort that out if they kind of want to move forward. The third thing is around kind of stream quality, right? So streaming quality is not bad on Facebook gaming, but because it's so geared at live video rather than gaming or streaming like certain content, they really struggle with, same as you guys, right? Connectivity, streams cutting out, all that type of stuff. So that's a big hassle. The fourth complaint I have is around time frame. So because they're a massive company like they are, they have very strict mental health guidelines and healthy guidelines that they will cut off a stream after 12 hours. Yeah. Right.
No 24 hours over there, huh?
Yeah. So they recently just changed it that you can now stream longer, and you can do 24-hour streams and stuff like that, because it kicked up a major stink because people were going, live and get to 12-hour mark and stream would end. Just randomly end.
Oh, yeah, that would piss me off. I mean,
and you had to restart. So that's another big complaint. The final complaint for me, kind of around Facebook gaming, is all about. It's a tough one because it's all about how you set up your page, right? Because it's not like setting up a channel on a streaming service. You're setting up a page, and you've got to assign certain elements to that page in order for it to appear in a category of content. So, for example, when I set up a page, I have to set it up as I'm a gaming content creator, right? Facebook gaming content creation section. But if you set it up and let's say you're a talk show host, right? You've got to set up your page almost as a public profile, right? Which doesn't really have a good category enough. Now, the challenge there, like for example with me now, so I've gone live on Facebook for tonight, right? Because I'm a gaming page, I do not have an option, because I'm not a partner on the platform, to select a talk show or a podcast or just hanging out or something like that, similar to what Twitch do, right? You can select your category and that's what you appear in. I have to select a game and I have to tag a game. So currently on Facebook, I've had to leave it as blank. So I haven't tagged the game, which limits my reach then of this exact stream, right? Because it's not going anywhere because I haven't tagged where it needs to go, because there's no option for me outside of games to be able to tag. So that is a real challenge.
Yeah, I didn't realize that about the about the 12-hour cutoff. Well, see, it's kind of like Twitch. Oh, sweet. Thanks, R. R just said he followed you on Facebook. Or on Twitch.
Thanks so
on
much,
Twitch.
mate.
Sorry,
Appreciate
on Twitch.
that.
But you need to go to Facebook. Go to Facebook. Do you not have a Facebook account? He's from the Philippines. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
thanks for following Twitch anyway. Yeah, but but the one thing I will say, and every platform has its pros and its cons, right? No matter what you do.
Yeah.
The great thing about Twitch, like I say, it's a destination platform. You go to Twitch to watch streams. That's your sole purpose. That's what it exists to do. And if you're a viewer, absolutely, Twitch is great for that. You know what you're getting, right? You know what you're going there for. It's very easy. Facebook has, yes, it's got this behemoth behind it, but it's still not a gaming platform. It's still what I class as a live video platform, right? And I'll use the example, because of Twitch, you can, create content, and it's all about those categories about gaming and different segments, just hanging out or just chatting, all that type of stuff, and you can create the content for the category and people can search that. The challenge that you have with Facebook is it's still very much live video. So for example, when you're on your feed or you're on your Facebook page, etc., live videos are the ones that come up real first, unless you go into the gaming specific section, which then allows you to then kind of search by gaming and stuff like that. But it's so geared towards live. And, a perfect example, when you start off on Twitch, you can get a chatbot, whether you use Mix It Up or whether you use some form of chatbot,
Yep.
you can straight away start running your stream like a gaming, stream. Facebook, only partners get an automated chatbot. There is no chatbot available for normal content creators unless you're in the Level Up program, which then allows you to use a moderator chatbot. But essentially, it only creates three commands, which is !followage, which will then tell the person how long they've been following you for. !notify, which is their notification element, and !uptime, which says how long the stream's been going. But that's it, right?
Okay.
So you have to find another chatbot to use.
Okay,
Now, when I
gotcha.
first started streaming, there was no chatbot available because of the privacy settings or personal profiles on Facebook. You could not get an API access for any external software function, right? So that was a major issue. There was a company called Noxbot, which finally managed to get a workaround the API, and they've created a chatbot for small time streamers and Level Up creators to be able to start using a chatbot. So pretty much every single person that's not a partner, you'll see them using this Noxbot because that's the only real option available, which kind of limits what you can do, right? Because when I first started using it, it only allowed what they call keywords. So someone types like, so like competitive gamer for me, I have loadouts, right, for Warzone, and they could type like !AMAX and it'll bring up my AMAX build and stuff like that. So it uses keywords, but they've developed it massively now. I mean, you got a giveaway function now and stuff like that. The problem is it's only accessible based on how much you pay for that bot, right? So you get a free tier, which allows you keywords of about 20 keywords you can use, and that's the limit. And then they've got their Patreon kind of subscription base where you can go to like, I think it's like star level, champion tier, blah, blah, blah. And that opens up more access to the bot. So currently I've got to pay roughly £15 a month to basically get champion tier, which allows me to then use the giveaway function, the loyalty scheme function they've only just released, where people can earn points and you can start utilizing that to engage your viewers. And it's a real major issue with Facebook, and that's why I say it's still a live video platform than a real streaming platform.
So you did know that Stream Elements came out now that will connect to Facebook. I don't know what they all do. I just, like I said, I've been trying to, I hate change, so that's the reason why I have not switched to another platform, is because last was it Monday or Tuesday? Last Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember what it was, but I totally erased my OBS and redesigned the entire setup for this and because I stream on Stack Up and on Sunday mornings. And so instead of having different, because you can do different categories.
Yeah.
And so instead of doing that, I just put them all in the same category because I get confused.
Yeah.
But so I was trying to work on setting up the Facebook one and working with the alert, or working with, now I take that, Stream Elements is very limited of what they have for Facebook right now.
Yeah.
What you can do,
there's no bot functions in Stream Elements for Facebook, like Twitch.
Yeah, so you can have like your alerts and your ice creams, and I think that's about it,
Yeah.
It had something about a random timer, but like I said, I don't know if that actually works or not. But I know, it has like all the functions in there, but yeah, just like you said, it's like getting around the AI or the UI to try to get in there. It's just like that's the whole problem. It's like with Facebook, Trovo, Glimish. Well, no, not Glimish because it's open. But Facebook and Trovo both have a closed UI. So you cannot just get into that like you can with Twitch. Because anybody, as long as you can because you can access a developer side for Twitch.
Yeah.
And right now, if I knew what the hell I was doing, I could create anything for Twitch.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
They have an open-ended UI, and I think that is probably what is the main problem with them bottlenecking a lot of times, is because you have too many people in their back door.
Yeah.
Per se. Get your minds out of the gutter, people. But yeah. So yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I think that's the
And
only reason why I really haven't switched over fully to any other place is because my Mix It Up, I have so many commands and so many, all my channel points, all my cool stuff that my chat can use is linked to my Mix It Up. So,
yeah,
and until they go to Facebook, which from what I understand, I think they're working on trying to get into Facebook.
they are, yeah.
And but right now I think they're focused on Glimish and Facebook. So I mean, and somebody told me the other day, I guess they're talking about they're focusing or not focusing on, but they're in talks with Trovo. So I mean, but no, but yeah,
Yeah, it says I use Stream Elements for overlays, alerts, all that type of stuff, which absolutely works fine. So that they've integrated into OBS Live, so you get your kind of chat and your activity feed and everything straight into OBS, which is great. So from that aspect, they've definitely done some work on that. But like I said, the bot, which we as streamers and content creators, right? That's your gold, right? Your bot
yeah,
controls your stream
yeah,
for you, and not having a decent bot just it makes it really tough. But I feel like I've probably bashed Facebook quite a bit. But the one thing I will say, which and I'm going to use this as a probably opportunity to go into a little bit around the plus side of things. um, you know, and where there's a negative of the personal profiles and how that really impacts, people interacting with streams and stuff like that. It's actually a great deterrent for
yeah.
trolls and toxic people, because if you report someone, it gets reported as their personal profile, right? So they lose their profile on Facebook. They got to create a new one, add new friends, everything. That is a hassle that people just don't want. They also get, if they spam too much or if they do get a report, they can also get put into Facebook jail. So they'll get banned for 7 days, and they can't use their personal profile. They can't use anything on Facebook for 7 days. And then they get released from jail and they can come back in. And it can be anything from saying a toxic word, which the automated moderators will pick up, so they use any, racial slurs or anything like that. It'll automatically ban them straight out of the stream, and they get put into Facebook jail for 7 days, and they get 7 days ban. Now you can appeal it, and you can contact Facebook support and try to appeal it and come out of jail early, but you get put into Facebook jail. So it is a great way, and this is why I say I love Facebook gaming over, Twitch, just because I found Twitch so toxic.
Yeah,
when I streamed on it, the amount of trolls and people coming in, and it's so easy, because if you do ban them, they just create another profile and it comes straight back in, right? It's so simple, and they hide behind that anonymity to basically, I'm Mr. Troll 101, and I'll come in and I'll just say whatever I want, and they hide behind, those keyboard warriors. Whereas Facebook, you can't really hide, right? Everything's linked to your personal profile. Even if you create a page, to try to go in and comment on instead of your personal profile, it's still linked to your personal profile. So if you ban their page or you report their page, it goes straight back to the personal owner of that page. So, it's definitely a great deterrent. So your community on Facebook is really generally people, and you feel like you're talking to people, not usernames or unless you get to know your community very well and you chat with them. And if you think about it, you've got 1,000 followers, you probably only know about 100 of them really well. That if they come and you go, oh, hey, Wooks, and you've spoken to Wookie a couple of times, and you might know a little bit about him and stuff like that. You've networked with them, and you get to know that person in your community. But at the end of the day, with these big streamers and everyone on kind of Twitch and other platforms, it's still a username, right? They don't really know that person or anything like that.
yeah.
You don't really see a picture. You might see a logo, or like on Mixer, you have little blueberries.
Yeah.
Facebook's a profile picture. If they come in and you really get to know people and you call people by their name, so for example, if I came in to watch a stream on Facebook, they'll be like, oh, thanks for the like, James, how you doing? Where you come? That is such a personal touch that no other platform has. And it's the one real selling point. If I can kind of convince anyone about Facebook gaming, the good side of it, that is the personal touch for community building is so much better than any other platform.
So, because I have my personal page, and I have my gaming page, my creator page. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing I was going to tell R. It's like he doesn't want to do Facebook because of his personal information. You can go in and set up a creator page just like Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
And that way you can either set up a separate page or you can have it semi sort of linked to your main profile. Because you can go into Facebook and create pages, so you can have 1,000 pages if you want in your one profile, and then you can just switch between both of them. But you just got to remember when you go to chat into the chat,
Yeah.
you have to. There's a little toggle over on the side that I keep forgetting about when I go in to people's Facebook chats.
Yeah.
To turn it to my gamer tag.
Yeah.
Because I realized that when they said that, because my first name's Joe, they hey Joe, thanks for the follow, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh shit.
I just had someone come to my chat and then someone takes the piss out of your name, lol. Sorry, Aiden.
But
that's the one tough thing, right? Is if you forget those little toggles, and that's what I mean about it's still such a live video platform. Like that should be an automated thing. That if you got a page and you go in and because also the other thing is there's a different thing on your page, right? So I might have nearly 1,000 followers, but I've also got like 600 likes.
Yeah.
Right now, the likes are pages, so pages can't follow; they can only like a page, whereas your personal profile can follow a page.
Yeah.
So, like they still haven't figured that out. You know what I mean? Like it should just be one thing that's a follower metric, right?
Yeah.
Because a perfect example for content creators is, if you want to get a creator code for Fortnite, for example, right, to get into the Epic Store, you got to have 1,000 followers on a platform, right? Now, let's say, or on a social media platform, whatever. And let's say Facebook's your only platform. You might have 20, or 900 likes and 50 followers or 800 followers. You still don't reach that 1,000 metric because it only picks up one or the other. So it's a real challenge. They need to combine it or do something from that aspect. But yeah, interesting. Very interesting. The one thing I will say, and hopefully the viewers are kind of getting a sense of the real differences and some of the challenges that you have between platforms. The one thing I will say about the reason why I chose Facebook Gaming over Twitch is, like I said, the big selling point for Twitch is it's a streaming platform. It has a real sole purpose. The challenge that you have with Twitch is how do you share content, right? So I use a perfect example. If you go to Twitter, it's easy to share a clip from Twitch, right? So you can share it onto Twitter and it drives the traffic back to your page, which is great. Totally get that. It really works. But Twitter it's not really a medium for that, right? It's more
It's saying thank you for the follow, or for the host.
It's more descriptive or a text medium, right?
Thank you for the host, my dude. I appreciate
video
you.
Content consumption medium.
What's up, my dude?
So I just had another comment. In a mobile streaming, and Facebook don't allow me to do that. The reason I'm on Twitch is because the use of mobile streams and IRL stream. You're absolutely right, Aiden. We spoke about that a little bit earlier. So the shareability is really challenging because if you're a content creator on Twitch, you can share that clip probably to that only social media.
I'm still trying to figure out controls on this stuff.
You can't do that. Hard. You can't share that clip to YouTube. You got to upload it as a separate video, right? If you want to share it on Facebook, you can share the link on Facebook. And again, it drives the traffic back to your Twitch site, which is great, right? So that's not a problem. But then you talk about your biggest social media platforms at the moment, like Instagram, TikTok. You cannot share a video in those platforms unless you upload a separate piece, right? So you're creating almost a disjointed total approach. What I like about Facebook, and one of the biggest selling points, is it's a total medium platform. So you're allowed to share different bite-sized VODs, clips, anything in different types of mediums and different types of shapes and sizes, right? So a perfect example, and with Instagram and Facebook is really connected. So you got a thing called Facebook Business, which when you set up your page, you can sign up for it, which allows you to cross-post between Facebook and Instagram. And it gives you a really good preview of the type of content or how it looks on each of them before you post it. And you can schedule times that it goes out and automatically post to Instagram and Facebook, right? Two of your biggest social media platforms at a click of a button. And you can schedule your post for the entire week and it just goes out, right? Yep. And that is a great opportunity to really post out to those major platforms. You can also share the links like you do with Twitch onto Twitter, which drives the traffic back to your main page. But the biggest piece and the difference between using a platform like Facebook versus a platform like Twitch is currently on Twitch, you can only engage with your community through your chat on your live stream.
True.
Right? You have to click live in order to engage with the community.
That is true.
You have to, if you want to engage with them in conversation or anything outside of that, you have to post to other social media platforms and hope they follow you there, right? So that's why people that stream on Twitch have a diluted community, because not everyone will be on Twitter, not everyone will be on Facebook or whatever to be able to engage with them. So they have to come to a live stream to engage with you, and you have to be live to engage with them. Facebook is, because it's that live video kind of aspect, but video on demand and VOD, but it's also a social media platform. So you can engage with your community offline, so you can post your page, you can post messages, you can say, how's everyone doing today? And comments, all that type of stuff. It's all in one place, right? And that is a huge selling point for content creators to enable them to engage in that whole environment of different things, because you can share stories, you can share this, you can share that. The other big piece is it allows you also to create groups, right? So, for example, HaytonsGB on Facebook Gaming, I have a group that is linked to my page, which is called the HFAM supporters, right? So that's my community name, and and everyone has their community names. If you Stone Mountain, you got the Mountaineers, and da da da. If you Z-Laner, you got the Z-Fam. But they create a group that then allows supporters of their content to enter a group and start discussions and share streams and share gaming tips and da da da. You create polls and you do exclusive competitions for your community that join that group. And you can create two separate types of content creation. So you might have your main page where you engage from a top line level and really professional, and you put out whatever content you want that matches your page and your streaming element, and then use your group to, little funny clips or, kind of highlights from other streamers that you think is really funny, and you share. It becomes an exclusive club. And that's what I'll really love about Facebook, and reason why I chose to move there, because it just allows you that real personal touch to engage when I'm not live, right? So I don't necessarily have to go live, and it gives me a bit more freedom and time to go, I'm not going live today, guys. And you can let them know that, right?
Yeah.
Put a post out and go, I'm not live tonight, guys, but check out this or have a look at this funny clip. That you can't do on Twitch, and you can't do it on any other platform.
No, that is true. I never even thought about that. Good point.
I use Discord to engage with my
One's
Twitch
for
community.
Facebook.
Yeah, absolutely. Discord's another great tool.
No.
Absolutely.
No, I mean, Discord was good in the beginning, when it first came out, but, it's just like we found out, through other channels, it's just like people follow Discord and then they turn off the notifications, and then shit just, it just becomes obsolete.
Yeah. Thank you for the 100 stars, Aiden. Appreciate that.
And Facebook punishes you for not going live daily, though. Kamikaze sits there and says, does Facebook punish you for not going live?
Sorry, I got an alert going off in the background.
Kamikaze sits there and says in my chat, he sits there and goes, Facebook punishes you for not going live.
Yeah, so this is the other thing which I'll talk about, right? Is being on a streaming platform, it's so much easier to reach levels that allows you to monetize your stream and your content, right? So, for example, when you first started out on Twitch, we really highlighted your biggest challenge or complication is discoverability, right?
Yep.
So one of your key measures to become an affiliate is you got to have that 3 concurrent viewers average over 30 days, right? Really tough to get to when you first start, but when you achieve it, boom, it opens up everything, right? You get subscriptions, you get bits, you can monetize, right? I didn't say it in the chat. I think it went through. Yeah, I did get it. Thanks, Aiden. So that is the real challenge, right? But once you get it, you're monetized. You can make money and you can earn a living if you need to, and if you're really smart about what you do, right? Facebook, oh dear Lord, you got to jump through so many rings just to get anything, right? So you have to join what they call a level up program
Yeah.
to start monetizing your stream. And the number one requirement is you've got to stream on 12 unique days out of 14, right? And you've got to have 100 plus followers on your page.
Yep.
That opens up monetization. The only monetization that opens up is stars, right?
Yeah.
So it's similar to bits. That's where you can get, right? Your next challenge is trying to open up supporter button. So supporter button is like your sub button, right? Which you get with affiliate. To get a sub button, right? Sub button on Facebook Gaming, you have got to have a minimum of 1,000 followers and 250 returning viewers over a 30-day period. Right now, returning viewers is like concurrent average, right? You have got to have 250 returning viewers or concurrent viewers over a 30-day period to unlock supporter button. That is, when I tell you, it is the hardest thing you'll ever do on Facebook Gaming to unlock that button. It's phenomenal. And that's why so many streamers, like, they rely so much on stars. Because that's it, right? It's only stars. That's all you earn from when you a small-time streamer on Facebook. To get that supporter button, like I said, to get 250 concurrent viewers is so hard. Like, I stream on average between 5 to 15, right? Is a kind of my average. Some streams are 5, some are 15, and it really pops off and it's great. My concurrent average returning viewers, highest I've peaked as 97. With a 1,000 follower count community, I can only get 97 concurrent viewers as a returning average. To get to 250 is so difficult. And also, when you got an algorithm that only pushes your stream out to 50 people and blocks, that's really tough, right? So that's why people beg you, please just watch the stream for 60 seconds. To in order to be classed as a returning viewer, you've got to watch the stream for 60 seconds plus.
Oh, crap.
Right? So so people come in, watch for 60 seconds and leave, which is fine. You don't mind that, right? Because they still get ticked as a returning viewer. But it's so difficult. So it relies on stars, and that's the one plus I'll say for Twitch. When you make affiliates, you can really start earning, right? And the challenge though that you get is for Twitch take 50% of your revenue, right? Facebook have made, so Mark Zuckerberg, for the next year, all content creators keep 100% of the revenue they make through supporter button. So, the sub is $4.99 or $3.49, whatever it is. You keep 100% of that. They don't take any cut from that, which is incredible. With stars, similar to bits, they take their cuts on the front end. So when you buy your star package, or I'm buying 500 star bundle, it'll cost you £8.49, whatever it is, for that star bundle. That's where they take their cut. So if you get the 500 stars, you get the full value of what that 500 stars is worth as a content creator. So that is really the good thing about that. And they don't take, like I said, they don't take the cut from the amount of stars that you do. They take it up front. What they have done to try support content creators is they have allowed star challenges. So Facebook released a whole bunch of star challenges to content creators, small-time content creators. So, for example, I had a star challenge of I had to earn within a 14-day period 10,000 stars, right? Which equates to about 100 pounds, right? If I hit my 10K star goal within the 14-day period, they matched the 100 pound. So I ended up getting 200 pounds for hitting that goal rather than just 100 pound.
Well, see, and I think Twitch could do that. I mean, I think they could set, especially like for affiliates.
True, Aiden.
For affiliates, I think they could do that. I think they could set up, because Trovo does the same thing. Trovo does the same thing with, like, if you hit, because when they hold their events on Trovo, if you hit their goal on Trovo in the event as a creator, they give you extra pay for that. So now Facebook does it, Trovo does it, the biggest fucking platform out there. I don't understand why Twitch can't do it.
Yeah, but there definitely should be it. So if you remember Mixer with your Embers, right? You had a tier system. So if you reach like 100,000, you got an additional percentage cut.
Yeah.
And if you got to 200, like they should absolutely do that with bits, right? Because what it does is it forces you, the content creator, to promote that, right?
Yeah.
And it's more revenue for them in their back pocket because they take the cut from it. I don't understand why they don't do it. Whereas Facebook, like I say, have done a phenomenal job with that whole star thing. I mean, there were some content creators that like 100,000 star challenge, right?
Yeah.
And that's like £1,000, and then Facebook matched it, and they got like £2,000 for that challenge. I mean, the amounts of
Exactly,
stars.
Wookie.
I think I read a stat the other day. There was like something like £58 million was spent on stars within the star challenge created. Like, it's just phenomenal. Yeah, it's just incredible.
So Zuckerberg got a new Lamborghini, is what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. But it's interesting because there's loads. I think there's loads of change coming. It's just really, really slow because it's such a huge company.
Yeah.
They always say, like,
Yeah.
I use an example like Trovo.
Exactly.
They could change something really quickly because they're like a fleet of yachts, right? Really nimble, can move because they're a small platform.
Yep.
Facebook is like a super tanker, right? It takes a while to turn.
Yeah.
So Mark Zuckerberg announced just the other day that they're creating this thing called a metaverse. And the thing behind the metaverse is they focus on 5 key universes that create the metaverse, right? One of it is around commerce. So how do they push, Facebook ads and all that type of stuff? The other piece is around content creators. They want to be able to create the platform that allows content creators to earn a living. So I think there's going to be a lot of changes that are going to come to what they provide for content creators, and little things like giving them 100% of the revenue they make is just a start. And I think they really want to focus on that. There's other things around then gaming as a platform, not only from like streaming games, but Facebook's main revenue stream is mobile gaming.
Yeah.
So they make a lot of money off that, and that's what they'll probably focus on, how they bring mobile gaming to mainstream a bit better. So they've created this, what they call the metaverse, which is going to be their like end game from Avengers type thing. That'll be their big thing.
Zuckerberg smells like poo. I don't know if you guys ever watch. I have a deal with Facebook just because of the privacy issues and stuff like that. But I also have issues because of the man himself. I do not like Zuckerberg. The reason why I do not like Zuckerberg is, even though I know that movie that what was that movie they brought, Social Media or something like that?
Yeah. So,
where they told the beginning of Facebook. I don't know how true that is, but I can see it happening just because of the way he acts now. I can see he fucking stole that platform from that kid.
Yeah. You know what? You can believe whatever story you want from it. The fact of the matter is there is a element of truth because there's court cases, right? Real life court cases between him and the Winklers, right? So he 100% had something that was not right because he paid them off and silenced them, and they signed an NDA. They can never discuss it.
Yeah.
So that to me signals there's something dodgy there, right? But people are always going to hate someone like him because he's benefited massively. He's a billionaire off a platform, and you don't see the head of YouTube, and you don't see Social Dilemma,
and you don't see the head of Amazon or any of the other ones sitting in front of Congress trying to explain what they're doing.
Absolutely, mate. Because they make a lot of money from selling your data.
Yeah.
And it's a tough business, but and like I say, at the end of the day, it's I just had someone in my chat say, thanks, Aiden. Twitch partners get bounties that they can do.
Yeah.
So which is very similar thing, right? But you have to be a Twitch partner in order to do it, which is tough.
R sat there and he said it's hard to get an affiliate on Twitch. It is, but it isn't. I mean, it's just like me, when I first came in, I had no support, no structure, no nothing. My family didn't understand. My family's an older generation, so they had no idea what the hell Twitch was. They had no idea what live streaming was. They knew what Facebook was, but they had, back then Facebook hadn't got into the gaming when I first started. So, but yeah, going into any platform without, I can tell you right now, just because of my personal experience and everything else, the reason why, and I don't call them small creators because nobody's small, because you put that title in front of them, then it ends up sticking with them for a long, long time until they can dust it off. But any beginning creators, new creators, if they do not have anybody coming in with them to help them, even if it's just like a good friend that comes in and spends time in the chat to keep the chat rolling, if it's just you, because that's the way I started. It was just me. Before I found anybody else to kind of like, boost my confidence and stuff like that, it was just me. My wife didn't get into it. She doesn't understand it. My daughter was too young at the time, so she couldn't do it. None of my family understood because, like I said, they're the older generation.
Yeah.
So I was sitting here struggling with one view, which I did learn it was my view. Because if you always bring up a browser on yourself to at least get one view.
Yeah.
Because one view puts you above the many, many zeros that are in the bottom of the category because they don't understand to bring up one view.
Yeah.
But the biggest hurdle is you need to have some type of structure.
Yeah.
What is Hayton drinking? Inquiring minds want to know.
I'm drinking a brandy and Coke.
Ooh. I'm drinking a Bud Light seltzer, hoping that Bud Light will sponsor me someday.
Add chatbots. That's 2 views. Yeah, add a chatbot and you definitely get another view.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah,
well, I don't know. On Twitch, it doesn't count. Because Hayton's being spicy. But yeah, so yeah, like I told you the other night, the biggest thing is you can make all the friends in the world on here. You can make all the friends on the world in here, and if you don't have the ones, I've been blessed, with a few people that come through my chat on a constant basis. It's just like you are. I've been blessed with you. You come through here. You're here every stream. And I feel bad because when you go live, I'm usually either at work and I feel bad for a lot of the people that have helped, have come in and help keep my chat going, because most of you guys go live either one, when you're at work, or two, I'm doing family stuff. So when I come in here at night, after everybody's gone to bed because I don't sleep, is when I get to do things. And by that time, you guys are either getting off or are not streaming anymore. But what do you mean gonna have to revoke your mine? You don't like I can't drink beer, dude. I can't drink beer anymore. You talking about me, or are you talking about Hayton? Bud Light seltzer. That's what I kind of figured you were talking about me. I actually want to try the Sonic seltzers. My wife found them, so we're gonna try the Sonic seltzers tonight. But these are the closest things I could get. Anyways, but yeah. So like I told you before, if you can find a friend, find your parents, find anybody to come in and just sit there in your chat and chat with you. If you can find, because affiliate is easy. If you can find 3 people to sit there with you for because Triple Trey, that he made he busted the algorithm out, and he found out how to get affiliate in 7 days. To get the affiliate in what is it, like a week or so, or 2 weeks? I can't remember what the video was. Yeah. But he's like, if you stream for 3 viewers for 1 3/4 hours every day for your 7 days, by the end of the 7 days, you will have enough accumulated, as long as you can keep those 3 viewers, to get affiliate.
Yeah.
It's
not as hard as it used to be, right? Because everyone always, like I say, you learn tricks and tips, right? So you can do it in 7 days now. Generally, most people can get affiliate in 7 days on Twitch. It's not hard. With the amount of mobile device and stuff people have, you can put one stream on an iPad, one on a phone, and then have one other person in your chat. Boom, you got it in 7 days, right? And also, it's about you can do really short streams. So people think they have to stream for hours. Actually, that is a detriment, streaming for hours, because your average goes up and down. Actually, doing a 2-hour stream that has 3 or 4 viewers, boom, end your stream and then stream the next day. Like, it's so easy to get in 7 days, really. That would be my biggest tip on Twitch, is you can get affiliate really easy from that aspect. The challenge you have is then not getting really depressed when you then go down to 1 viewer, right? Because it will happen. That's just where it is.
Look at all these partners that they because over here on Twitch they do a thing called partner push. And they sit there and they get all these they rally up all these other people like on Twitter and everything else to come in and do their partner push. They do giveaways during the partner push and everything else. And after the 30 days, once they hit that mark, and they're ranking anywhere from 75 to 80 views. Because I've watched them, I've watched people do that when they put in their title partner push. I watched them because I want to see what they're doing. And then I sit there and realize it's like, oh, there was one guy, he's a TikToker, but he was trying to get partner on Twitch. He did and I've seen this coming out. There's been more people doing it. They're doing 72 hours, or not 72 hours. They're doing 30-day streams of not ending their stream. Because on Twitch, and see, they don't understand that because Twitch has a little thing in their algorithm like Facebook used to with cutting their stream off in 12 hours.
Yeah.
Facebook has a thing is if you stream more than 8 hours at a certain, like right now, if you go live at noon, and you stream for 8 hours at 11:59 Eastern time, I believe it is, or something. I haven't pinpointed the time schedule, but there is a certain time that it resets your stats.
Yeah.
For the day.
Just a quick one, Rebel. Can you put up your name on the screen like you've got mine? Because my chat want to come drop some followers and stuff. But your name is really odd with the 3 as the.
But you know what? With that 3, nobody had it.
3 instead of the E.
Yeah, nobody had it.
No, it's really cool. I love it. But it does when you say Rebel Dog and everyone goes, huh?
Yeah.
I can't find him. Yeah. You're absolutely right. I think, at the end of the day, there's always ways around how do you work stuff. So I use a perfect example is I've met some streamers on Facebook who were streaming to 100 plus viewers every stream because they were streaming a game like American Truck Simulator.
Yeah.
Right? The most boring game on the planet. Like, no offense to anyone that enjoys it or plays it, but my God, dude, you're watching a person drive a truck filled with some stock to a destination. Like, it's just not for me, right? But they were streamed to 100 viewers, right? And, because this is where the algorithm on Facebook really gets to you, is it's the amount of people currently watching that element that it then pushes to. So, that type of game doesn't have a massive amount of constant viewers because there's not too many people streaming it.
Yeah, I can't.
But it has like 100,000 followers, right? So when you go live in that game, it pushes it out.
I've been wanting to start IPAs.
People, right? Which is absolutely amazing. Whereas when you've got,
I haven't found one that I want to try yet.
Warzone, right? You've got literally hundreds of thousands of viewers watching Warzone content with like thousand content creators all streaming it. Your share of that element is so tiny. You have to share that view count, right? So I would always say a biggest tip I can give anyone streaming on any of the platform is if you want to grow a following really quickly, stream a game that doesn't have as many content creators currently doing it, but has a decent following. So find a game like Overcooked at one stage on Twitch, right?
Yeah.
Had something like 150,000 followers of that category, but probably only about a handful of streamers were ever streaming Overcooked. So actually you appeared on the search in that kind of category really high up, right? Because on your feature page, you've only got about 20 streamers that they feature, and it's probably only about 20 streamers that were streaming the game. So you got discovered really easily. Yep. So you could grow a community really quickly. But then again, like I say, the challenge comes if you then switch out to go to a game that you want to enjoy and play constantly, your viewer count and stuff's going to drop. So you've got to try and navigate that switch. Like I say, for me on Facebook, I'm a competitive Warzone player. And I mean, the amount of streamers that stream Warzone or Call of Duty and the viewers and the share that you have to try to get out of that.
You're going to have to share me the link to that Barbie horse trainer. I want to play that one.
I'm very lucky and fortunate because I've created a community that follow me for that content. And yes, it takes a while to grow the community. And I'm starting to get to that level now, but I know it's all organic, right? because I've gone through the phase of 1 or 2
Is there
viewers or
really a
sometimes
game
no
called Barbie
viewers,
Horse
and
Trainer?
I've shared their content, I've created their content, I've brought more people in. I know it's organic growth, and those people are going to come and they're going to follow me and they're going to interact across multiple platforms that I try to share my content. So my challenge will be if I switch out of it, right? So, for example, I sometimes I'll do a Fortnite stream, and then I have all the guys that come in and they go, "Oh, Fortnite, really?" And then you kind of lose that element, right? But it's kind of how you navigate through those changes. So, like I said, you can grow really quickly. Pick a game that doesn't have much streamer content, but has a huge following, and grow really quickly because people come in and drop a follow while they're watching. Or pick a game that you want to really grind at, but know the progress is going to be slow, but it'll be organic.
And there's one thing I want to add to that too. It's like, yes, pick a game, but if you're picking a game that you like, that is in that category that Hayton was talking about, make sure that you're still entertaining. Because people come to streams to see entertainment, not somebody just sitting there grinding a game. Unless they come for the gameplay.
What's up, Kenny?
And it's like, with Hayton being a competitive player, I'm sure people come in to watch him, grind the game because. But then I've been in his chat. People have chatted with him, but he also sits there and lets them know before he gets into the tournament. It's like, hey, I'm in a tournament, so my chat's going to be limited. So just interact with each other. So he warns his chat, so that's like a plus for me as a viewer to come into a chat. If you're grinding a chat or grinding a game and you're ignoring your chat, unless you have some pretty damn good mods, and that's what I'll get into here in a little bit, is like mods and stuff like that. But if you have mods that keep your chat rolling, then that's a different story. But if you're a streamer, Ninja, Shroud, I'm just going to give those two because those two are the ones that I've actually been into that they're only in it for the game. They're not in it for the community. They will talk to their community every once in a blue moon. Yeah. But 90% of when they go to their just chatting screen, they'll talk to their community. But if they're playing the game, they're playing the game. They're focused on the game. They're not focused on the chat.
Yeah.
You've got people like H1, he's focused on the game, but he's also focused on the chat. He sits there and he will interrupt, he'll stop doing what he plays a lot of GTA, so he'll stop doing what he's doing, tell him that he's in, he's going to be in his head or whatever they do on that, the little code thing they do on the RP stuff. But, and then he'll talk to his chat for a little bit. But if he's in something intense, his moderators take control. But,
yeah, absolutely. I think, you're right. I've always said there's 3 categories of streamers, right? Number 1, you get the guys that are absolutely cracked at gameplay, right? Some of the best, kind of like literally the guys that are just unbelievable with the game. And those type of viewers will come to watch the game. Yeah. They're not there to chat. They're not there to see the streamer chat. They're there to watch absolute crack gameplay. So you either fall in that category, or it's the guys that are just pure entertainers, right? But those are the guys.
Rebel was the E was already taken.
Like Dr. Disrespects, all those type of guys. Boom. Those are the guys. They go there for the engagement and the personality. Then you get and those are kind of top percentages, right, of people that fit in those categories because it's really unique. Most content creators sit in the middle where their average gameplay is an average chat, right? So you kind of got to you've got to be able to create your content or flex your content that suits your
mods are so much more than just
because you're going to fall majority of you're going to fall in that middle category element, right? So for example, like me, when I'm doing competitive Warzone or competitive tournament stuff, I have to dial up the gameplay, but it comes at a cost of the chat. So you have to be able to create the expectation, like you say, to go, I'm focused on gameplay today, guys, rather than chat, right? But outside of those, I dial up the chat because the gameplay will be average. If I'm just running normal public lobbies and having a bit of fun and banter, it'll be all about chat. And you've got to create that flexibility. The number one thing, and you'll know this, Rebel, and I know it, right? We've been through it, is you've got to create content and stream like you're streaming to 500, 1,000 people, and the same as you're creating one, right? And that is about routine and prep. And people that stream, with the biggest mistakes they always make is they do not prep their stream. So they load up, they click go live, and it's like, shit, right? What am I going to talk about? And then they fall into those lulls of silence and they don't really engage. Whereas, for example, for me, like say with the algorithm stuff is really tough. I don't get a high view count right at the start, but I might have 1 or 2 people when I go live, when I eventually come on the screen. But I treat that as if I'm streaming to 1,000 people.
Yeah.
My energy is exactly the same. So it'll be a huge, welcome to stream, da da da. But even though there's only one person watching me, I do the same process. And then I ask, I have a list that I write down, which is around what I'm going to talk about. So, for example, it might be, this huge flooding in the UK, and I'll be like, how is everyone dealing with the flood? Da da da. And I have set questions, set engagement levels of stuff I want to talk about that leads me up to then going into whatever my content for that stream is. And that's the number one tip I can say to everyone. Don't just click that live button and expect to play gameplay and expect chat to come in and engage with you to create some form of content. You've got to release it out there, because when someone clicks on your channel, comes in, you've got about 5 seconds
I
to get them to stay, right? And if you're not talking, you're not engaging on stuff, you will lose them. They will just jump out and go into another stream. So you've got to be on it. And loads of streamers make their mistake every time.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I've heard people sit there and I will watch a Twitch talker, because I do pick, there are some things I pick up and stuff like, what? Aiden coming in with that Prime, using his Prime sub. What the hell, dude?
What a legend, Aiden.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Much love. Yeah, and just a little tidbit about subs real quick because I only any money that comes into the chat goes directly into a separate account, and it goes right back into the stream.
I understand, yeah.
Not for my equipment. My equipment is bought as my Christmas presents every year for myself. I buy them for myself. Just don't tell my wife. Anyways, anything that comes into the stream goes into Wookiee's pocket.
Can I share that pocket with you? Come on.
But yeah, any bits, donos, subs, any money that comes through this channel goes right into a separate account. That helps me be able to give away chairs. That helps me give away merch. That helps me give away cash prizes, cards, and stuff like that back to the community. Yeah. So I work a full-time job that pays my bills. So
and that's an important thing to remember. I think for streamers, it's a give and take kind of medium, right? You've got to give as much as you take as well, And I think so many streamers make a mistake that they just take, without really giving anything back to the community. They think that they've earned the right for, to get all their money because they're creating some content for someone to watch. At the end of the day, you've got to be able to give back. And the streamers that make it and the streamers that do really well are the guys, like you say, I'm exactly the same, right? So any bit of cash that I earn goes into separate accounts. And I use that for giveaways, and I use that for whatever I need to do to go back to the community, right? Because I'm not at that level that,
exactly.
I'll make so much that I can't give all of it back, right? So, when you start earning tens and thousands of pounds a month or whatever, from streaming and earning a real living and protecting that income, right? Because I say, I work full-time, same as you, you're not going to give it all back, but you will give an element back, right?
Yeah.
But, but until that day comes, like I say, I don't need it. I don't stream for a living at the moment. I have a full-time job. I stream this as a hobby and a sideline piece. Do I want it to become a full-time job and something I can be a full-time content creator? Absolutely. That's most people's dreams, right? When they start off, but best advice that I always got from someone is, people make it, if they're really smart about what they do. And, you've got to be able to earn a consistent revenue base for 6 months before you make a decision to become a full-time content
You
creator.
lose some pounds.
Because you can have one real great month and you go, amazing, I'm quitting my job, I'm going to be a full-time content creator. And then you get nothing the next month, right? And then your all falls apart. So that'll always be my advice for anyone doing it. But
see, and most of this will come up. I've collabed with Reanimator. We're going to be doing a Streamer 101 coming up soon. She's a partnered streamer on Twitch. She was a partnered streamer on Mixer. She's an OG Mixer streamer. She has been around for a while, so she is one that knows more than probably the Twitch talkers know. But yeah, that when we do that interview, that's gonna be like a monthly thing. Hopefully, if I can convince her into helping me do it like a monthly thing. And so Streamer 101.
I appreciate that, Aiden.
But yeah, no, just what he says, and my biggest tip as a new streamer, do not think you're gonna make money right off the bat.
You make no money for pretty much 8 years when you're streaming.
I had that thought. It's like, damn, like I told you in the beginning, I've seen all these people. It's like, all these people were throwing like cash at them, embers at them, bits at them, subs at them. And I get on there and I'm sitting there for one viewer and it's like, where in the fuck is my money?
It's funny, right? Because streaming and gaming has exploded over the last 5 years, right? With the likes of Ninja and Tapman, all those people that have kind of brought streaming and gaming mainstream. Like everyone was like, they're overnight successes, making millions. Oh my God, they're not overnight successes. It's taking them 8 years to 10 years to become an overnight success, right?
God, yeah.
And that's why people tend to forget that. Like Ninja was streaming for 9 years before he blew up and became who he is. Tapman, Nick Merckx, those guys have been doing it for so many years, but it's only recently they've blown up, so they're definitely overnight successes. But because as an industry, it became an overnight, big thing. Everyone thinks they can become an overnight success and make loads of money, and that's the way they want to go. It's not like that. You've got to grind, and most streamers, when they get through the first 6 months to a year to 2 years, know what a grind this is. And you've got to be passionate about it. You've got to, like I say, the most important thing for me is have a plan. Because if you don't, you'll get to that stage where you go, why the hell am I going live? If it starts getting to that point where it's a burden to click that live button, you need to take a break, you need to reset or think about something different, because it generally is it can really get you. Mental health for streamers is a massive thing, right? Because you're dealing with trolls, you're dealing with the sense of no one wants to watch you, no one likes you. Oh my God, this is such a grind. I can't believe I've worked a long day. I've got to click the live button. Have a plan. So I'm going to give a little bit of advice from someone that, like I said, I've been doing this 2.5 years. I've switched platforms, 3 times over 2.5 years. So I've always had to start again. But the number one thing which I found recently, which has helped me massively, and pretty much I've doubled my follower count in 3 months versus my first 7 months on Facebook, because I joined a community called Pipeline. So if anyone knows the Pipeline, it was created by Stone Mountain and Snoop H, who are some of between them, they've got over 20 years experience of streaming. Stone Mountain, massive on Mixer, as everyone probably knows, huge Facebook gaming partner. They call him the CEO. He's absolutely a beast. They've created this community called Pipeline, which essentially they give you tools in order to help your streaming content, help you become a full-time content creator. And, they got this thing called a playbook, which gives you loads of VOD content and tips and tricks. And they've got a community that helps you. They've got mentors. They got all this type of stuff. But it's an investment, right? So the number one thing I'll say, if you're really serious about this as a business, you've got to invest in yourself, because it's the same thing like, any other job. If you want to be able to be a doctor, you've got to go to school for 7 years. You got to pay out loads of money, and you've got to invest in your career to be able to then take off. You cannot just invest in time when it comes to streaming. You've got to invest in yourself, whether it be through equipment or whether it be through like a Pipeline, which is a kind of a tutorial on how to do it type thing. You've got to invest in yourself if you're really serious about doing this as a job. Because, like I say, simple things like creating a prep plan before every stream, that type of stuff is what's going to make you stand out versus the thousand streamers that click that live button at the same time as you. You've got to be able to stand out in the crowd.
Exactly. Yeah, see that's where I ran into it. I thought you had, everybody's talking about grind. What exactly what Hayton said.
Absolutely, Aiden.
If you're streaming 8 to 10 hours a day, that's what I was going to get back to. That guy that sit there and did the partner push, he was live for 30 days straight. He slept, he gamed, he slept, he gamed, he did everything. His stream did not shut off for 30 days. And he was trying to accumulate, those 70 people, but the thing is like, if you peak out like one day at 150 people, and then your second days at 80 people, your third days at 30 people, within that 24, because it's only a 24-hour period. It doesn't like go from day 1 to day 2. Your views are counted on Twitch every 24 hours. So it resets on that 24 or a 24.01 hour, so you can have 130 views on day 1. Well, at midnight 01 on day 2, it resets to 0 again, and you have to regain. It has to reestablish however many people you have in your chat from the time of 12:01 a.m. to 12 a.m. the next day or that day. So if you go from, like I said, 130 on day 1 to 90 to, that your average is going to go down. Mm-hmm. It's not going to go up. It's going to go down. It's just like, I just want to show you. This was my, this here. Oh shit, that ain't going to work. What the fuck?
Wow, it's glitching.
Yeah, bad, dude. Well, I was going to show that to you, but I guess I won't. Oh, wow. I don't know why
that's probably a valuable tip. What you're doing there as well, Rebel, is learn to read insight. Yeah. Insight and analytics is your best friend.
Yeah.
So many people avoid it and they don't look at it. But genuinely, if you can learn to start reading your insight and analytics, it will help you massively, because everyone has different times of day, different peaks of day, and it's about trial and error. I'll use a perfect example. Like, I've got pretty much a zero presence on YouTube, like nothing, right? I think I've got like 69 subs, whatever it is, on YouTube, and I post like a monthly video of some highlights on there, but that's about it, right? It's only recently, since I joined Pipeline and kind of looking at what do I do to be able to create presence, create impact, blah blah blah, is utilizing YouTube Shorts, right?
Yeah.
So YouTube Shorts is a great medium, very similar to Insta Stories and Reels and all that type of stuff. It's really cool, but it's bite-sized content, so it's going to be really engaging. It's going to be really specific, but it also depends on when you post it, because it appears in what they call the Shorts feed, right? So I've been testing out different times of the day of when I post my Shorts to see what performs, what doesn't. And I use a perfect example. I've posted, I think, 7 videos now on Shorts, and I've got 4 of them with nearly 1K view each, right? And I've got 3 of them that have had like 20 views, right? But that has created really good analytics for me to look at and go, those ones that I've got 1K worth of views on were posted at pretty much the same time of the day for me, right? There's other ones I posted at other times of the day have not performed. I've got a maximum 20 views on them, but those other ones that I already posted at a very similar time of day have over 1K views, right? For someone that has 69 subscribers on YouTube to get 1K views on some of my videos is because I've followed the analytics and I've looked and I've worked out what works for me for my content to be able to create that reach and create that viewer count. So analytics and insight plays a huge part in what we do.
Pipeline is like I would say Pipeline is probably like for the very beginning streamers. For somebody that has been in it for as long as most of the people in here have been, I would say Pipeline would any type of streaming community that you're going to pay to learn.
Yeah,
it's probably not going to help, and you're probably just going to be throwing your money out. Because if by now, if you've been streaming for as long as you've been streaming, if you haven't done your due diligence and if you haven't done your research on your own in 2 years, Pipeline's not going to help you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you've got to decide what works, right? So where Pipeline, for example, works for me is Pipeline. A reason why I joined Pipeline personally is because I want to create this as a full-time content creator, as a full-time job, right? But in order to do that, I don't have the knowledge of streaming and gaming and industry around marketing myself, right? That's always been my biggest challenge: how to market, how to read analytics, how to do certain things, which Pipeline has provided for me. So it's been a valuable investment for me because that was my gap in my knowledge, right? So I've invested in myself for knowledge and insight and that aspect, reason why I did Pipeline, right? Now, if you've researched marketing and you've done all that, you're probably right? Pipeline probably wouldn't be the one for you because you might not know and look for anything else, but you might find a community that you don't have to pay for, but you can join, that creates something really different. Like say, it's about investing in yourself, whether it be through time, whether it be through money, whatever. Invest in yourself to fill your knowledge gaps about what this industry is about. And it's not like we said right at the top, right? It's not about clicking a live button and going and playing a bunch of games.
No.
Because it's about learning about social media, learning about reading analytics and insights, learning about how to market yourself, how to prep yourself, how to create a content plan, how to get the work-life balance, how to get the streaming life balance, not burn out, mental health, well-being, all that type of stuff is so important, and reason why you get guys like Stone Mountain, all those type of guys that absolutely blow up and become amazing content creators and can do it as a full-time job versus majority of our streamers that just do it on the sideline piece.
Yeah. And see, and I have a rebuttal to that one. It's like, like Stone Mountain, Ninja, Twitch, the doc, anybody like that, you have got to put that in you have to put this thought in the forefront.
Yeah.
They were here in the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that is true.
They were here before there was an average of 4.5 million. Or what is? Let me see. What's Twitch's views now? Twitch, as of sitting right now via Twitch tracker, there are exactly this point in time. There's 102,726 streams streaming. There are 2,605,620 viewers on a week. Right now, there are. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. I'll back that up. As of this time, there's 2,676,322 viewers, 140,399 broadcasters, and there's 3,820 unique games live at this moment as we're talking. But you've got people, like I said, like Ninja, because everybody's like, well, because they put all these top big streamers on this pedestal, and they want to be like them. I hear, I used to, I laugh every time. It's like, I'm gonna be the next Ninja. It's like, yeah, good luck with that, buddy. Unless you can knock him off of his pedestal and his 7 million billion whatever he has a year thing, you're never gonna be Ninja. It's a hard, cold truth. You are never going to be Ninja. You are never going to be Doc. You are never going to be Shroud. You are never going to be any of those big streamers. But you can be you and still pull in the same amount. And that's what I'm saying. That's what the motto of the Doghouse is. The motto of the Doghouse is be what you want to be, not what others want to see. So what's happening, Sprada? I'm going good, my man. I'm going good. But anyways, it's like, yeah, so don't, no, I'm not saying that. And let me back that up because I probably sat there and said that wrong because what Hayton said was true. Pipeline is good if you don't know where to go to look at that stuff. So, I mean, but paying for them like on and Stone Mountain's a good one because he's actually trying to help others. But you know, like listening to people, and I like her content, but Ashley Christ on YouTube, um, she's running out of content. Is what I've seen. She was good in the beginning because there was not very many people trying to teach people how to stream. You know, and this goes for both platforms and any platform, not just Twitch, not just Facebook, not just Glimish or Trovo. This goes for any platform. Is it doesn't matter how many Twitch talkers that you look at or how many subscriptions that you pay. It comes right, or Harris Heller, you know, if it comes down right to it, if you do not have what the community wants to see, it's going to be hard to keep that community, especially in today's world. There is a new, and that's what I'm trying. That's one of the things I want to get with Reanimator when it comes to the viewership, is there is a whole, with the whole COVID thing, the shutdown, you know, the what was it, like 25% increase that Twitch saw in streamers last year. You know, it's there's a whole new generation and we've got. I mean, I'm not a veteran, but these guys that are doing that, they need to, you know, they're basically supplementing their income because they're trying to figure out themselves on how to attract these viewers that are coming through, because, you know, I see it in my chat all the time. I don't look at my view count to see how many views I have. I look at my view count to see how many views are going to be there and then 5 minutes later not. You know, because then I can refocus back. It's like, what did I do in that 5 minutes? You know, that made those 5 viewers go away. Was it something I did? And that's just a thing of a streamer. That's a psychological thing we go through by looking at that view count. But I look at it differently now. Now, a year and a half ago, yeah, it made me depressed. But now it doesn't. Now I use it as an analytic tool. It's like, okay, where did I go? Did I do something wrong in that stream? Was I too silent? Was I not entertaining enough? Or and then then you got to think of the other things. Well, maybe Twitch kicked them, you know, for their internet service, or, you know, they didn't, you know, it's like you can pull a lurk up in a stream on Twitch, but if you don't refresh that lurk every 30 minutes, it goes away. You know, the view goes away in 30 minutes. You know, so you can come in and sit there and say, I'm lurking. And it's great, you know, but in 30 minutes, if you don't come back and it's 30 minutes on the dot, because I have watched it and I have tested it, if you don't come back in 30 minutes, that view goes away.
It's even worse on Facebook. If you don't comment after 2 minutes, it takes the view away.
Oh, so see? So, I mean, lurks, I mean, that's why a lot of people, it's just like, and you hear a lot of bad talk, like, for lurkers and stuff like that. It's because it really doesn't help your stream for lurking. I mean, it does for a few minutes, but I mean, technically, I like you guys, like what's going on now and what's going on with Hayton. I like to chat, and I'm going to tell you right now, from what I've talked about, when I've talked to with some stream from Twitch partners, is that's one of the things that Twitch looks at in order for you to get partner. You can have every damn thing that you want to do, but if your chat is not interactive and you don't have an active community, they're gonna like, say you have one that's got like 5 more active people than you, they're gonna pick the one that has 5 more active people than you. You know, just because they want people with the chat rolling through there, you know, when they do their partner, whatever they do. You know, so you can come in and lurk or whatever. You can do whatever you want to in chat. But that's why I keep saying, and I've told everybody, in a lot of people when they talk about lurks, it's like, I love the lurks. I love it, you know, because that just means you're there and there's a chance that you might come back in and say hi. But, you know, for the most part, if you're trying to push for partner, it doesn't really help you. Harris is doing the first of a lot of people recite. Yeah. Since Harris moved to YouTube and canceled his contract with Twitch, Harris has he's had a what do you want to call it, a come to Jesus moment, you know, because he lost, he lost almost $10,000 a day or a month. I mean, $10,000 a month doing the switch to YouTube. in just the streaming revenue. That's not his like 9,000 other jobs he's got on the sideline.
Yeah, he's got a few revenue streams.
But no.
That's an interesting one though, right? So I know we're talking about Twitch versus Facebook, but YouTube is another one. And if anyone knows anything about Harris Heller, he is a very smart businessman.
Yeah, he is.
And a very smart person when it comes to, being real about the industry and how people engage and react to it. And I've talked a lot about Twitch being a streaming platform and people go to that as a destination versus something like Facebook, which is a social media platform, which allows you that multiple engagement levels. YouTube are moving in the same direction.
Definitely.
With the YouTube Shorts, all that type of stuff. And it's creating a total package for someone as a content creator. You can do VODs, you can do live streams, you can do shorts, you can do clips. It's creating everything. And I genuinely believe YouTube is going to be a bit of a revolutionary platform very soon. I think if they can get their live element, because like I say, it's similar to Facebook, right? So Facebook, I've said, is very much a live video platform at the moment, not really focused on streaming and kind of gaming. YouTube's very much a VOD platform, not necessarily about live. And they've got to get better at their live elements. I think if they get that right, that platform is going to be one to watch about people migrating.
Yeah, Facebook's, well, just like Hayton said, Facebook's not a gaming site. I mean, it has a gaming platform, but until people can get the mentality that they need to separate, they just need to separate it.
Yeah.
They need to take Facebook out of the name, change the name, and totally separate it. That way people won't connect Facebook gaming with Facebook. And that's the only reason why. I mean, because back when I first started streaming, they didn't allow certain things. I mean, you couldn't have this. It was strictly a gaming site. That's all you could do is game. So Hayton told me the other day, it's like, oh yeah, they have a talking category. It's like, okay. Trovo's another one. Trovo does not have. They do now, but when they first started, they did not have. That's all you could do is game. Well, I take that back. You can talk on there. You can have a just chatting section, but you can't. They won't pay you for that. That doesn't count towards your hours. You have to game a game in order for them to pay you.
Yeah,
that's the only downside. I mean, no, that's not the only downside. The main downside of Trovo is you have to kill yourself for hours. You have to spend, unless you're one of those top tier streamers that have 300 people in there constantly. But no. Yeah, I mean, Twitch and Facebook, dude, I mean, to me, it's a toss-up. I mean, like I said, my number one issue, and I think it's really not an issue now that I understand, because, between you telling me and a few of the things I found out while I was researching this episode was, to make sure you change your privacy settings on Facebook. Because if you change your privacy settings on Facebook, then people can't do things, can't find you as easy. But, the number one thing I do tell people about Facebook, if they want to go to Facebook, create a different account separate from your page. Do not create a page, create a separate account. There's plenty of free emails out there, services out there that you can get a free email. You can get 99 billion free emails if you want, between Google, AOL. Sorry, my dogs are barking. The doghouse is active, guys. Okay, sorry about that. The family came home. So, what's up, Dark? Oh, you're good, man. But yeah, it's like, and what he was talking about Facebook too is the monetization part. Yeah, just like Kamikaze. Monetization. I don't know how many times I've tried. The ad I boosted for this, the ad I paid for this on Facebook, was the first ad that I have attempted to place on them that they actually accepted.
because you had me on, right?
I guess. But this is I have tried to place several ads on Facebook because they don't charge you until your time runs out. So whatever your budget is for the ad, they won't charge you more than that. But for when your budget is met, they won't promote you anymore. That's the only bad thing. But so like I say, if you have a $20 budget on an ad on Facebook, which that's what I like. I like that you can advertise. You can pay for advertisement on Facebook if you want to. Twitch, you can't do that. YouTube, you can't do that. Facebook's the only place that you can place an ad. You can buy time. You can buy time on a major platform to promote your product. And they will promote it. Because right now, I looked at it before I started this. I had 972 interactions. That doesn't mean people are going to come through here. That just means it went up on their side panel of their Facebook page at some time, and they clicked on it to see what the content was.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah. Other than the fact, I love the fact that you can promote. They promote you better than any platform that I say they do. And they promote you better than any platform does.
Yeah. Well, that's the difference, right? So we talked about right at the start. Challenge for both platforms was discoverability. Facebook has a tool for you to bar discoverability.
Yeah.
Right. By promoting, and then that is a major difference. Like I say, if you're serious about growing a community and content, you can pay for it, right?
Yeah.
Because they're a business at the end of the day. And that is one. I'm perfect example. I've done it as well, right? So one of the things was I wanted to try to create more. The one thing which I also really give props to Facebook is you can tailor make your ad for a specific purpose. Yeah. So, for example, it'll ask you, what is the purpose of this ad? So you might go, I want to drive likes, for example. I want to get more followers. Or it'll be actually, I want more messages. So one of the ad types is you want to create a button for people to message
talk
you,
show,
and you create an advert that drives engagement. So you might go, with this ad, I want people to be able to send me a message about a service or about something. And you create an ad that's targeted at that. You might then create an ad that is actually driving people to a website or another element.
Yeah.
So it's really tailor-made to specific people. And then you create your audience and et cetera, and how you target it. It is a phenomenal tool in order for streamers or content creators to be able to get the content out. The other thing which I'll say, and hence why Facebook's winning, not to say that, is monetization. I've kind of batted a little bit around how difficult it is to get supported button and stuff like that. But there are other elements to content creation which Facebook allows you to monetize. So perfect example, Twitch, you can get bits or you can get subscriptions, right? Or donos if you want to use donations, right? That's kind of your main key revenue streams, or merch sales and stuff like that. But it's all kind of outside of Twitch. Twitch really only offers subscriptions and bits, right? Facebook has a total monetization tool for multiple levels of content creation. So I use a perfect example. So like for me, Level Up program, I can open stars, so I can monetize through stars. But I've also got availability to instant articles. So if I'm let's say I create blogs and I publish articles and stuff like that, I can monetize that through Facebook. So they'll put ads on top of those articles, etc., to be able for me to get money and revenue through any articles and stuff that I post. There's also another element which is around Facebook are one of the first to do it, as far as I know, is you can get monetization through VODs. So even your past streams, past clips, you can send stars and you can earn stars through VODs. So if you really like a clip, right at the end, it'll pop up and say, why not, send 50 stars or send 100 stars as content creator for this amazing clip. And you can earn on VODs through Facebook, which is an absolute game changer. They've just rolled it out. So it was in beta for a while. Absolute game changer. So we talked about, Facebook being the total social media platform around how do you engage outside of the live button. This is absolutely it. And you can still monetize it. Twitch, Trovo, all those other platforms are streaming platforms. You only engage through going live, right?
True.
Facebook, you can engage offline and still earn without having to click that live button because people can now send stars through that.
I mean, on Facebook, you can sub and you can give subs if the streamer's offline.
Yeah.
But The only and that's one, but that was another thing. It's like a negative aspect of Twitch is when you gift a sub. That's what I'm saying. You can sit there and one day have 5 subs and do a sub marathon or whatever, and you got people coming in and gifting 10 subs, 20 subs, 30 subs. Oh yeah, that's just great. What he was talking about earlier is like, oh, I made $10,000 this month. I'm gonna quit my job. Yeah. But you don't realize 9,990 of that was all gifted subs.
Disappear. It's going to disappear next month. Yeah.
It's like, because last month, I had 25 subs, but, most of them were gifted.
Yeah.
This month I have 11. I don't want your subs. I mean, I appreciate everybody that subbed to the channel tonight. I appreciate you very, very much. But what I'm saying is it's a point, people I think they need to do away with the gifted subs. I mean, I understand it's a chat interaction and it's an extra income for the streamer, but I think it puts a mental stigma on the streamer when that 30-day runs out and 98% of those streamers don't resub, because for one, you don't know you're subbed, because 90% of the people don't look in their chat and sit there or look on their streamer dashboard, or even when they turn on their or open up their channel page and look at the notifications sitting there saying that you've been subbed to such and such stream, such and such stream. I get gifted subs daily to people's streams that I have never fucking been in, that I don't even follow, because I said, oh, cool. It's like, when was I in this stream? And then I go to the stream and it says, please follow. It's like, oh, fuck, I haven't even followed the stream. Yeah. So how did I get a sub? That's because you were connected with a raid, probably.
Yeah.
You were in a channel, you were a chatter that was in a stream from 2 days ago that you were still basically logged in on, and it went through the cycle. It kind of goes back to the Mixer days, except for a Mixer would show a view instead of, just a chatter. And yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about Twitch. And that's what a lot of people that have moved from Mixer to Twitch that never have streamed on Twitch before, is the fact that, there was a whole thing with Mixer when it was out that, there was, towards the end, there was a lot of talk about inflated views on Mixer. When Mixer crashed and everybody went to Twitch, guess what? They realized it. There were inflated views on Mixer.
Yeah.
So, because there are top level streamers on Mixer that were pulling 3 to 1,000 views that are only pulling 50 on Twitch on a daily basis. Yeah. So that, and it fucks with your psyche, Yeah. So, and that's why so many people are like down in Twitch for this and down in Facebook for this and down, because they all, and if you listen to it, I'm biased, I'm the most biased person you could find. I do not cling to one thing or the other unless it's my wife or my family, but that's the only thing that I am unbiased about. But other than that, I'm sorry, I am unbiased, but I'm biased only to my family. So, it's like, or Wookie, we love you, Wookie, but yeah, it's like, so when, I already knew Mixer's views were so inflated. You know how I knew? Because I was streaming on because I've always streamed on a Sunday morning, because everybody's usually still sleeping and trying to get around. So I used to come in and stream for a few hours before everybody got up and around. I was streaming one day and I was doing like a design I usually did, that's what I did on Sunday mornings, was kind of like a little talk thing. And people would come in and chat and stuff like that. And well, there was one day I got raided by somebody, by a Mixer partner, and it came through as a raid. How it came through as a raid, I don't know. But anyways, it came through as a raid. And when I looked, because like it came across my chat, such and such rated me with 130 views, and I'm like, holy fuck! And I was about, and it always happens right when you're going to get offline. It always happens.
Yeah.
So it's just like, oh shit, I guess I'm not leaving now. So I'm sitting there and I'm looking at my view count on my Mixer thing, and it's at 11. The chat says 130. My view count says 11. I'm I'm like, all right, what the fuck? So when I ended stream, I went to that guy's stream and looked at it. He's offline, has not been online. It was an auto host. So he had not been online for like 7 hours. And when he ended his stream, he had 130 people in his stream. This is on Mixer. He had 130 people on his stream. When you went to his stream offline, it still showed 130 people watching him.
Yeah.
So when his auto host kicked onto me, it brought the 11 people that were actually live on Mixer, that were actually doing something interactive with their page, you know. Yeah. So it's like, that was right there was my thing. It's like, Mixer's a fucking joke when it comes to that. I mean, it was good for community, but people were so hyped about seeing those big ass views, 300, 400, 500,000. And then when you get to Twitch, the 300, 400, 300, or 500,000 became 5, 10, 15, 20. It's because that's the only thing that I really like about Twitch when it comes to the view count, is they're honest.
Yeah.
What you get on Twitch, I'm sorry to say it, people are going to probably hate me for it, but what you see on Twitch is your view count, is your honest views.
Yeah.
So that means if you went from 50 on Mixer to 2 on Twitch, that means you need to get your ass in gear and start promoting your page, getting your shit ready, doing things. And if you want to make it as a career, I mean, if you want to just do it as a hobby, you know, like yes, trust me, I'm just like Hayton and everybody else. I would love to be able to sit in here 8 hours a day and do nothing but this, close the stream out, spend time with my family. If I wasn't mentally prepared to do anything the next day, I knew I'd be able to say, hey guys, I can't come to work and I ain't going to get fired. You know, that is what my goal is. I'm 48 years old and that is what my goal is. So hopefully by changing and you got to find your niche. So that's why I'm saying you got to find your niche. So whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Twitch, whether it's on Glimish, you know, whether it's on, but I highly discourage you dropping everything in your entire life and depending on Glimish right now. On any platform, do not put your eggs in one basket. If you had learned anything from Mixer, do not put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify.
Oh yeah.
You know, even if it's like 5, you know, even if it's like a couple hours on Twitch, a couple hours on Facebook, a couple hours on Glimish, but you know, do not ever, you know, I am so glad that I already had a little minute, like a hair of I had already started on Twitch. So you know, that was all good. All I had to do was just change my overlays and my name. No big deal. You know, but I didn't have, you know, and I streamed to 4 to 10 viewers over on Mixer. So when I came to Twitch and I still only had 3 to 7 viewers on Twitch, it didn't affect me mentally, you know. Yeah. But those guys that went from, like I said, from 300 to 50, yeah. But yeah, like I said, and the balance between Twitch and Facebook, they both have their issues and their problems, and it's a business. If there was a perfect business in every world, yeah, it would be a boring ass fucking world.
100%.
But
that just reminded me that I did leave out one monetization piece on Facebook, which is huge, especially for a amazing talk show host like yourself, Rebel.
Let's know what
you can create online paid events.
Yeah, on Facebook. I've seen that.
So that is an incredible piece. So, you know, when the Doghouse Live goes big, you know, you can create an event that, you know, you can charge people in a 50p or £1 or $1, whatever it is, you know, to tune into a special edition, you know, where you might have like a shroud on, for example, right? and you can earn.
Man,
Can you
look at him
imagine that,
dream.
right? Like
Look at him
you can
dream.
create, yeah, absolutely. But you can create online paid events, which people can then pay to come join that event, and you can make money from it, which is incredible, right? There's no other platform that does that.
Yeah.
And it was kind of one that left out.
Fly.
The other good news is, which is another feature, is Facebook allows you
Yeah,
to
exactly,
co-stream.
Wookie. I'm sorry, what?
Facebook allows you to co-stream.
I know, I seen that too.
And what happens is, like the VOD, obviously the live stream, you have your main streamer that you're watching, and then underneath will have like 3 or 4 tiles of the co-streamers, and you can flick in between, which
Oh.
is a great feature versus something like Twitch, where I think you can only do squad streaming if you're a partner, I think.
And nobody uses it. Squad screen.
No one uses it, right?
I was talking to a partner the other night, just in chat, and we were talking about squad streaming, and he goes, "Man, that is a fucking joke."
Yeah. But the scary thing is, on Facebook, it's so simple. It's literally an option, and you enter the person's page name. So, like, let's say you and I want to do a co-stream on Facebook, right? I would enter in Rebel Dog as my co-streamer, right? And when I go live. I don't see you at all, but you will get a tag that says you're supposed to be co-streaming. Are you ready to go live? You go, yes, blah, blah, blah. It creates the live thing. You go live. You don't see me either, but obviously on the video piece
But
that
I like
viewers are watching,
seeing you.
get the options.
I like
I know
seeing.
you. I know you love seeing me.
I like seeing that sexy face.
It's an incredible feature. It's literally enter a name and you're co-streaming, right?
Yeah.
How amazing is that? So yeah, it is a big plus.
Yeah, we'll have to do that one of these times. When I get things set up over for Facebook, like I said, I'm not transferring, but I've got my Twitch. I've got this one, and I'm working on Facebook, and I'm working on Trovo, just because I stream on Trovo on a random thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fucking Automod. He is almost as sexy of a beast as me, says Wookie. But yeah, no, and I love. There's one gentleman we were talking to last night. He was saying that he dumped everything and just went to Glimish.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I have high hopes for Glimish, and I think once they just need to hurry up. They're falling behind every minute that they wait on something else. They need to hurry. They need to hurry up and start advertising.
Yeah, their challenges. They try to keep it so community led that they're not making any progress. At some stage they've got to grab the bull by the horns and kind of do things different. I think once the mobile app comes out, that'll be a game changer for them, and they can actually start pushing. I think that'll be a big plus. The one thing every other platform can learn from Glimesh, and it's probably one feature that I'll say is the biggest benefit for them, is they pay weekly.
Yeah.
And there's no set limit. I mean, you can get a payment for like £1.50 every week if that's the case. There's no limit, whereas Twitch, Facebook, all these other platforms, you've got to earn a minimum of $100, and then you only get your payout, right? So for small-time streamers, you might get a payout from Twitch once every 3 months, right? If you're lucky sometimes. Whereas Glimesh, you'll get a weekly payout, which is incredible, right? So everything you've done for that week, you get that payout for. And I think that's one thing that a lot of the platforms can learn from, I think.
I know one thing that's going to come in the Streamer 101 is I'm going to ask you guys right now, everybody in chat that's here, do you know how to use your Twitch dashboard? Other than just kind of looking at it and using the mod version. Do you actually know how to... The Twitch, I'm going to say right now, that's one of my pluses for Twitch. I mean, I don't know, because I was on Facebook for a little bit last night, and their dashboards... I don't know. I'm at a division whose is the best, because once
Facebook's so much better.
Once that you understand on how to look and how to understand Twitch's dashboard, there is a lot. I mean, especially if you're in the analytics trying to figure out what things work and what things don't.
Yeah.
I wish my screen share would fucking work. It just drives me crazy.
So here's my take on the dashboards, right? And the reason why I personally say, there we go, yeah. So what I personally say, Facebook Gaming is the better dashboard, right?
Okay,
right. So for my take is Twitch's dashboard is more a behind the scenes dashboard.
Yeah.
right? Which creates analytics, it creates summaries. You can read it, you can see what content's performing, where your views are coming from, all that type of stuff, right? That is essentially analytics and insights, essentially, right? Yes, it's got streaming tools and extensions and stuff like that, and there's loads of stuff you can look at it. But it allows you to look at all the key metrics, your revenue, all that type of stuff. Great, right? And actually, from a channel insights and analytics, it's a lot simpler than Facebook's, because Facebook's is generally very complicated, right? Big plus for Twitch, massive tick. But it's more a back office or a behind the scenes dashboard.
Yeah.
Right? Facebook have split their dashboard into two. So you've got your what we call the streamer dashboard, which essentially controls your live video, right? And what I mean by that is, with Facebook, when you want to go and set up your stream to go live through Facebook, you got to do it through the browser, right? So you got to set up your title, your blah blah blah, but it's got multiple tabs that allows you to control what you're doing with that stream. And what I mean is, for example, Twitch, if you want to promote a link to something or something along those lines, what do you currently have to do on Twitch in order to do that? Create a command that then posts the Twitch link or the website link, whatever, into the chat, right? That's the only way you can do it currently, correct? I'm assuming, Rebel. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What I'm trying to figure out
Sorry.
they need to change the dashboard to black instead of, or be able to toggle from dark to white.
Yeah.
I'm like blinding myself over here.
So I use an example, right? So like I was saying, Twitch for me is the behind the scenes dashboard, essentially, right? It's the stuff that you look at to kind of determine what you want to do. Facebook have two separate, so that's a creator studio, right? Now, Facebook have a channel and insights perspective, right? Which is all around insights. So like that tool that you kind of see there says insights, and it kind of gives you all the different elements. But what they have done is they separated out the dashboard. So which is in your creative tools, right? So you get your live dashboard. So if you were to click on creative tools, it takes you to a live dashboard. Now, this is where I think Facebook are light years ahead of someone like Twitch, because this dashboard, right, essentially gives you some key metrics and key information and stuff like that. But that's just a back end element. They now created a front element which controls what you do with that stream. So if you click set up live stream for me real quick, on the far right with a big blue button. Yeah. So if you click set up live stream, right? Now, what it does is it takes you to a front-end streamer dashboard that controls your stream. But what it does is it creates opportunity to create stuff on your stream that interacts with your what's name. So you've got your stream key and all that type of stuff. That's your stream setup, right? So you can use a camera, you can go straight live from the browser. You can use a stream key if you're using OBS or something like that. Yep. And on the left-hand side, you set up all your elements. So you tag your game, you put your thumbnail, blah, blah, blah. You can cross-post to more pages if you own more pages. You can share to groups. You can do all that type of stuff. But this week gets really interesting, right? Is you've got a gaming tab right at the top next to stream setup, right? So if you click the gaming tab, that takes you into all the type of stuff that you want to look at. So you can look at moderation, you can look at your comments, you can edit the stream, you can look at your insights, so how many viewers, how many clips are made, all that type of stuff, right?
This is kind of like the mod view that you have in Twitch.
Correct, mod view on Twitch. Then you've got stream health, right? So if you click onto the next one, it takes you into stream health, and that'll look at your video bit rate, all that type of stuff. Now, if you've got OBS, you'll probably monitor a lot of that through OBS, right? So that's fine. Yeah. The next piece is graphics, right? So if you click on graphics, you can put overlays and graphics. So you do not need to have stream elements. You don't need to have OBS. You can create stuff through the graphics tab for your stream, right? So it's not supported using camera, right? So when they get stuff, you'll be able to put overlays on. You can put star goals on. So there's all the graphic views, right? So you can create a color matrix. So you use vitamin C. Lower title third, you can put your URL in, right? So you can paste that URL into your browser software if you wanted to. If you're using OBS, you can create graphics through there, right? The next thing's polls, right? So for example, if you were doing this show live through Facebook, you can put a poll which appears on the video that the user can tap and interact with. So you can ask a question, which is better, Facebook or Twitch? Give the two answers. So when they're watching the video, it pops up as a poll when they first log into the video. And to clear it, they either got to click the X and not engage in the poll, or answer the question and it goes away, right? Really great feature. The next one's questions. So you might want to ask questions through the stream, right? You can set a bunch of questions which will pop up on the screen and ask your viewers a question, right? Next one's feature link. You can create a feature link that pops up on the screen that they can click and go somewhere else. So you might go check out my YouTube channel and drop a sub, enter the website link. So it pops up as a link and they click it and it goes to YouTube, right? That's all live interaction that this dashboard then does, right? Which is no other streaming platform does it from a live vid perspective that they've created for the Facebook game, what they call live producer. But it's not only for gaming, you can use it for anything you want, right? The gaming tab is the only realm really one specific to gaming, which is more or less your moderation tab from Twitch, right?
Yep.
And the other thing is you can, there's also a thing, I think right at the bottom, there's a chaining element, which is essentially like an auto-host list. But it's not an auto-host, right? Because Facebook don't auto-host. But what it does is you can put a bunch of preferred users or preferred streamers that you like to raid at the end of your video. So when you click end video, it brings up a ribbon of all the streamers on your chaining list that are live. And you can click to send your viewers to any one of those streamers. So you click it and it'll say confirm that you want to send it to HaytonsGB. Boom. So when you click end, all the viewers automatically go to that streamer. Boof.
Oh, wow.
Which is unbelievable. So that's why I say they are light years ahead of it when it comes to this, because they are a live video platform rather than a streaming platform.
True.
Like this stuff is all about live video, engaging in live content, right? So clickable links, clickable content, blah, blah, blah. So, the other thing which you can do with this is you can set goals, right? So for example, I have a star goal of, let's say, 5,000 stars, right? And on your dashboard, when you're live, obviously you're not live on this dashboard, but when you're live, it goes to a live producer dashboard like your moderator, like the gaming one almost, right? But it'll have at the bottom your goals. Like you'll see their goals at the bottom there, right? Now, if you had a goal in there, it'll have a button that says share to your stream. So when you click it, the goal pops up on the stream, right? And it tells you to go follow the streamer. Have you followed the stream? So it literally pops up on the screen. The guys can tap it and interact with it, and they can answer yes, no, or it can click and open up to follow and stuff like that. If you got a star goal, you'll say share to stream, and it pops up on the screen while they're watching the video going, help the streamer get to his 5,000 star goal.
Oh,
it's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
I've seen those in the streams.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. So
goal hug Wookie.
Yeah, so that's what I mean, like with the difference between the two dashboards. Twitch is more behind the scenes analytics and understanding what's happening with your metrics and stuff like that. They've still got that in Insights, but it's very complicated. So they could take some learning from Twitch to make it simpler. But from a live dashboard perspective, they are light years ahead of what you can do for your live VOD.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I love their data because I used that last night because, like I said, I streamed over there for about an hour last night just to kind of see. But I mean, the only thing, because like you were talking about the analytics, I mean, because most people, I really didn't look much at the analytics until like the last probably 3-4 months. Yeah, because I really didn't get. I spent like a day just kind of looking through the streamer dashboard, kind of seeing, and I found all this stuff, and I'm like, oh fuck, that's it. But and again on Twitch, they don't have none of that shit that Facebook has, so that's a plus for that's another check mark for Facebook.
Yeah.
But like he said, for the analytics, this is a check mark for Twitch.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Like I said,
It's displayed really simply. Like it's easier
yeah.
to read if you don't understand analytics. The one thing I will say that probably Twitch could learn from and probably be a good thing is with Facebook, you can add in a bunch of pages that you follow or like or aspire to track your progress versus what they're doing. And what I mean by that is, for example, I've picked, I think, 5 streamers on Facebook that are similar to me, right? Similar size audience,
Mm-hmm.
similar amounts of view accounts, and similar like size of community and similar content. And I've listed them as my favorited streamers or my measurable streamers. And then I've picked a couple of like really top end ones, like Karina Koff or Stone Mountain or something like that. Just 2 or 3 of them. And then what it does is in your analytics section is it compares your page to theirs. So for example, across the key metrics, so if you're thinking about follows, average views, revenue, engagement, blah, 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 it'll show each of those streamers are listed in a list, and it shows their uplifts or their changes week on week or by month and what your page is performing at. So I use a bit of an example is, one of the guys that I have on mine is a guy by the name of Whatever Gaming. So on mine, I look at his and I go, oh, he's actually up, 20% on engagement, but I don't see any of his posts. Yet I'm down 7% on engagement. So, Tom, who's the guy, the streamer, we network, and I said to him, I was like, your engagement is massive this week. What have you done differently? What have you done to change that? And he's gone, well, actually, all I've done is I've started tagging these sort of keywords, which has allowed me to get through the SEO function on Google, or through the search function through Facebook, to actually make my stream more searchable. And I'm getting better engagement with people coming in and engaging with my posts on my stream.
Exactly.
And I've gone, freaking amazing, right? What keywords are you using? It was like this, and that. I tried it. My metric jumped. The next week I went like up 25% on engagement. I was like, oh my God, we figured it out how to change it. That's one thing that Facebook does really well. But again, that's complex analytics versus something like Twitch, which tries to keep it a lot more simpler for streamers.
Yeah. And I think that's what it is. I think that they need to follow. I mean, it can't be hard. Surely they have the brilliance of programmers working at Twitch is the same as they do Facebook. I mean,
absolutely.
They could come up with something like this. I mean, something that can. I mean, I like the layout. Like I said, this is basically the mod view. When you go into your mod, when you go into your what would be, streaming tools. Nope. Where is it at?
There's a stream manager right at the top, isn't it?
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah. So that's basically what this is. I mean, it
Look
shows
at you
everything
with your 2,500 followers flexing there, bro. What's up with that?
Most of those are from giveaways. I'm surprised they've stuck around. I mean, no, I'm actually been pretty proud ever since I've started this. Mm-hmm. Like I said, this is my niche, and that's one thing I'm going to preach to you guys: find your niche.
Find what you get at. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a game. I mean, all platforms now that I've learned from Hayton that you can talk over there, all platforms have they're incorporating different things to help streamers out. So you don't have to just play a game. And like I said, that's the hashtag of the Dawghouse. Be what you want to be, not what others want to see.
Yeah.
I'm trying, it's kind of funny because the song that's in my title for the intro, it's like I just kind of like randomly picked one off of YouTube. The ones they're approved to stream across all platforms. And I'm like, oh fuck. It's kind of what I've been trying to figure out a goal or a motto for this channel, and I was like, damn. It's like, okay, so until that video is banned or that song is copyrighted and can't use it anymore, I will find a freaking I have a music artist that I could probably have create something for me. So, but anyways, no, you got to be you. You absolutely. I mean, granted, Doc has it down, Psycho has it down, there all these people, but they have to live that. They have to live that persona 24/7, basically.
Correct.
But when you break into a character, you have, and that's one thing that everybody told me. It's just like, if you're gonna be a character, you have to commit that every stream you are gonna be that character, because that is what they're gonna come back for.
Correct. It goes back to those three buckets, right? Of entertainer versus crack game player versus the average and kind of average chat. I think it's an interesting topic there for me, because I think it's a crucial one for people to understand. Is you're right, character, you got to commit to it and you got to kind of go for it, right? I think the challenge you always have is you can kind of never get away from it if it really, do you know what I mean? And that's the thing, but there is another element which some streamers try and do, and I've been guilty of it in the past, exactly the same, is they try to create themes, but try to be an IRL person, right? Yeah. So, for example, and I'll use a perfect example, right? If you're going to create a pirate theme for your stream, so your overlays are like what I had, what everyone kind of know my streams in the past. I had a portal, and I had like ship theme, and then my alerts were like ship themes and all that type of stuff. Yet I refuse to dress like a pirate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, the only way that would have worked is if I dressed like a pirate every single stream, right? I tried to be HaytonsGB with a pirate theme. It never was going to work, right? And it took me a long time to try. I mean, I tried multiple different like type of themes because I thought that's what made it entertaining. But actually, when it came down to it, and I sat, like I say, I'd watched those streams and stuff like that, and I kind of went, you know what? Every person I've watched that I looked at is the theme matches the character that they wanted, right? Yeah. So if they were, a perfect example on Facebook, there's a huge streamer called Kingslayer, right? Everything about his stream, his opening video, his overlays, all about a kingdom and, crowns and all that type of stuff. But he dressed like a freaking king every stream. He had a crown on, makeup, like full on robe, like everything, right? Like full on robe, and it absolutely matched the theme, right? Now that works, but you wouldn't have bought into that character or bought into that streamer if he had all of that and it was just him chilling in a t-shirt and a cap, right? You wouldn't buy into that. And another one is Psycho plays, right? Psycho has an asylum. Like everything that he has, it just leads to that whole asylum, whole kind of Psycho element. It works, right? But he's that character. And, and you probably find, like, because he does some IRL streams where he's dressed as himself, right? Yeah, but he changes the content that matches that. So when he does that, it's more about him doing a chatting stream or something like that, which is absolutely fine. For me, I had to make that real decision to go, themes doesn't work for me because I'm trying to be me. I'm trying to be a competitive gamer that people know me by name and stuff like that. Why would I want a theme? And it took me a long time to realize that. Whereas now it's not about a theme for me. It's about, I got my branding and stuff like that, which is great, but it's me. There's no gimmicks, there's no dressing up, there's none of that. It's easier. You know what I mean? That's my niche, right? It's me. I'm a competitive gamer. Come and watch me. I behave the way I behave. That's me in real life. And I think that is what I figured out as my niche. And I tried to be something that I wasn't because I thought that's what everyone wanted to see. They wanted to see loads of cool graphics and themes and stuff like that. But my content didn't match that. And I think, like say, find your niche, what works. And a perfect example for you is your branding, right? And your name and everything.
Yeah.
It all fits. So DAWGHOUSE Live, it all fits. And the branding is really crucial. And you found your niche. I genuinely have enjoyed myself on this chat.
No, I appreciate
way more than I probably should have.
No.
Which is absolutely great. And it all fits and it works, Whereas, I'll use a perfect example, right? So let's say the theming, you had a bunch of dogs running around and alerts with dogs jumping in and stuff like that. I know you've got branding in the background, but like, imagine if you had a whole bunch of stuff and you're dressed as a fucking dog with ears and shit like that, trying to host a serious talk show.
No, the funny thing about that is I had a buddy of mine that we used to play, and it goes back to the thing. It's like, try to have friends. Hellfire, Miss Hellfire, that just came in my chat. She's I found her on one of the other streamers, or she found me from me interacting with one of the streamers, and
Yeah.
I love her to death. She's become one of my family, one of my friends. She's become the Doghouse. She's one of one of my top moderators, and and she's just by going through and finding, she found me. Just, I think I gifted you a sub on one of the channels, and you came through the very next night or something like that. That was just, I don't know. I was speechless because I remember the people that got gifted, because I gifted like 5 subs, and I remember her name and stuff like that. And it's like, I was honored to have her come through. And I'm like, wow, yeah, she's like, you gifted me a sub and I've never left. Yeah, you've got one of those names that are hard to forget, even though it's long, very long, but it's still hard to forget. But the fact, just like, yeah, your niche, and I know she's struggling to find out, a branding. Yeah, she's struggling to find out a branding for herself. And but that's something we all do as a beginner. Like I said, I'm going to tell you, my very first streamer name when I streamed on Twitch the very, very first time was Darken 2020. That came from, it was an Xbox name. It was something that I, because you could go through Xbox and you could pick, you search next until you found one you liked. And yeah, I'm glad I changed it too. I still have a couple of my emails are still that, but just because I don't want to change them. But yeah, so it's just like, branding, it doesn't matter what platform you're on. You can be on any platform. You can be on Facebook, you can be on Twitch, you can be on Trovo, Glimish, DLive, whatever. Caffeine, all those. Since in the last year, I have never realized there was that many freaking streaming platforms out there. There's even more. Now you got Brime, which I'm still debating on that one. Anyways, but the thing is, it's like, branding is you. Yeah. And just like Hayton says, unless you want to live that character every time you go live, because yeah, it's just like he said, dog outfit. It's just like, I had a buddy, back to what I was saying, I had a buddy of mine that was sitting there saying, dude, you ought to come up with the character. It's like, oh yeah, because I watched Psycho, I watched Doc, I watched, a couple of the other, some of the, like you were talking about, some of the pirate ones, Raven Monocle, I believe is his name, or something like that. I can't remember, on Twitch. Yeah. But he dresses as a pirate every fucking day. And he's cool. He's very entertaining. He's very funny to watch. But it's just like, what the fuck am I going to become? And what you said, dog, something with a dog ear. I know, Rebel Dog. When people ask me, it's like, well, where's your outfit? Because I've had people come in, it's like, well, where's your costume? It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, well, you're Rebel Dog. Aren't you supposed to be a dog? I'm like, no, Rebel Dog is who I am. I'm a rebel because I like to rock the boat, and I like to instill change where change is needed. And I'm a dog because a dog will, if they're latched onto something that they want, they will not let go until it is theirs. So that's where I came up with Rebel Dog. Rebel Dog is, I am here to either, one, make your life a living hell trying to get shit changed, or two, I'm going to make your life easier because sooner or later you're going to listen to me, because I'm the dog part that's not going to let go until you freaking listen to me. Yeah. And the Doghouse, I came up with the Doghouse just because, I'm always in the doghouse with my wife, so that was just kind of fitting.
Kind of fits, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Miss Hell, yeah, just try to be yourself. And you do awesome. She went from, she was so scared, because you didn't even stream when you first came on. You didn't start streaming until me and Chad started pushing you to stream, right? Is that true? I mean, I'm not trying to take credit for it. I'm just asking. I mean, we pushed her to start streaming, and she started streaming, and she doesn't like the horror games like Phasmo and stuff like that. but she started playing Phasmo with us, and she finally got used to Phasmo, which it's really easy to get used to Phasmo if you just keep playing it. It doesn't become scary anymore. It just becomes kind of weird. But yeah, she went to streaming and she started streaming Phasmo, and she has gained her own community. I'm so proud of her. I know she says she says, I'm sorry I don't come over to your channel that much. You are you have to be you have to build your brand. Though I love seeing you guys when you come through my channel, but I love seeing you more when you succeed.
I'm the same. It's an amazing thing, branding, and it's probably another one of those tips, right? That when you've been through it and you kind of learn from, is when you pick a name or you pick a brand or whatever you want to do, do your research, right? Because one thing about branding is the branding has to be consistent everywhere, and just simple things like, my channel name's HaytonsGB. I'm HaytonsGB on Twitter, on YouTube, on whatever.
And Hellfire will be there. Will be there as long as you want to say. That.
That's my name on that platform.
Your family.
But then it could all be derailed by my in-game character name being Haytons_GB, or you know what I mean. So you've got to pick something that it represents you, but also you can keep that branding consistent across every single platform you're on or every single medium that you want to interact in. And that is what a lot of people struggle with sometimes, because they pick a name, if they're a streamer or a gamer, they pick a name that makes them really cool in game, but that name is not available across the different platforms, So I use a perfect example. When I was originally thinking about the name that I was going to pick and start streaming as, I wanted to be called Arrow. Pretty bizarre, right? Yet I couldn't get Arrow on Twitter. I could only get like Arrow _ or something. I couldn't get Arrow. It would be a different name on Instagram, different name on Facebook. Like it just didn't. Like, how would I be able to brand that or make it my own, right? So that's the one thing for me, is pick an identity that matches you, but then something that you can keep consistent across multiple platforms or mediums.
Okay, yeah. Speaking of brand, I'm not trying to boast on myself, but just the example of my branding. This right here, just if you Google my name, the very first thing that comes up is Twitch.
Yeah.
Then you have Twitter.
Yeah.
Then you have Instagram.
Yeah.
Then you have Apora Customs, which I have a shop over there. You have Athenascope, which I just started, which is awesome for content replays for COD and Fortnite and all those little shooter games. Stream Elements.
I've never Googled my name.
Flow Code. I don't even know what the fuck Flow Code is, but Flow Code's got me.
I've never Googled myself. That is really interesting.
IGDB. I have no fucking clue what that is.
Wow.
Stream Charts. Gamatica. That's kind of like another social platform for gamers.
Mm-hmm.
Pinterest.
Wow.
Pinterest. TikTok, Glimish, Twitch Tracker, Rebel Dog Gaming, which is my website.
Yeah.
Stream Booster.
Yeah.
Stack Up, which I stream on Sunday mornings. It's a military charity. Player GG, because I've done several fucking giveaways through Player GG.
Yeah.
Don't know what the hell Niter Skirp is. Don't know what Nexus Gaming Online is. GGTV is Greasy Gamers. It's another social platform, which hopefully I contacted them today. We're going to set up a time, and we're going to be doing a special cast about Greasy Gamers. It's like a Twitter for gamers. It is fucking awesome. It's greasygamers.com. Let's see. Gilded, Sully Gnome, Tools by Ezo, PussTheCat.org. I have no fucking clue what that is. But Channel Zero, that's a streamer that was a major streamer on Twitch.
Wow, that's incredible, man.
So yeah, that's what branding does to you.
Yeah.
So
do you mind googling mine real quick?
Yeah.
I've never googled mine ever.
Oh yeah, you gotta. People say, "Oh, that's vain." It's like, no, it's not vain. It's I think I googled yours the other day.
Did you?
Yeah. See.
Look at that. Look at
Griffey,
that.
thank you for the
Hey,
host. I appreciate you, man.
look at that.
Yeah, you've
I
got
liked it.
Facebook, you got Instagram, you've got Twitter, you got YouTube, you got Stream Elements, Twitch, Streamlabs, Kitco,
Klimesh.
that's probably something that you maybe have commented on or something like that.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it probably would be something that I bought. Kurt Gaming recommended.
Oh, I went too far. Streamer
Stream
links.
links.
You've got Knitter, so that must be like somebody that's just like maybe harvesting information, which I mean I don't care. Cod Tracker.
Yeah,
See,
Cod
you're on
Tracker.
Cod Tracker. I'm not even nowhere near Cod Tracker. So,
Streaming merch.
Trends Map, Gilded, One Stop Website UK,
Yeah.
TikTok, Tweet Lambda Dance. What the fuck?
What the fuck is that?
Oh, they must have embedded a clip or something got embedded.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it looks like a Haytons on TikTok, Sniper Warzone. Yeah, somebody must have reposted you.
Yeah.
So you're on Puss the Cat too.
Wow. That's incredible. I had no fucking idea my branding was that good. Sweet. Love it.
Yeah, GGC Project Knitter. So I don't know who this Knitter guy is, but he's got a lot of things going out.
Yeah, clearly.
Twitter,
Boom
TV.
Well.
Yeah. Warzone Ranked. Ooh, look at you, man. You're on Warzone Ranked.
Yeah.
Coyote Open Mix or MTX.com.
What the is that?
It must be some. Oh, let's see. Oh, says doesn't exist. Oh, shit.
Yeah, maybe it must be something that they retweeted or done something and then closed down. Yeah.
But
wow, that's incredible. Yeah.
That just goes to show you what branding does. If you have a name that it's all about search engine optimization, SEO.
Yeah.
Google is the powerhouse of SEO. You are not going to beat Google has the monopoly on SEO.
Yeah.
So SEO or search engine optimizing your branding. Let's see Miss Hellfires. Let's Google Miss Hellfires. This is actually giving me some good content for the Streamer 101 stuff, so I appreciate this.
Oh my god, it's like 4:10 in the morning for me.
Oh god, yeah, I know. Miss. Oh,
I just looked at the time. I've been having so much fun, and I just realized at the time, holy balls.
Miss Hellfire. Miss. Oh yeah, you gotta fucking change your name, girl. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe you don't. Because when on Twitter, it's fine. I mean, it shows up Misfire of Hellfire, but your Twitter handle. I'm going to tell you right now, your Twitter handle is what gets SEO'd most.
Mm-hmm.
So if whatever your Twitter handle is what your branding is basically created around, from what I've found out.
Mm-hmm.
Misfire. I always forget that of. Still can't spell it right. So we're going to do this. I'm in the wrong chat. Where's Twitch? Give me Twitch. I'm going to copy and paste. Thank God for copy and paste. All right. All right, here we go. I love this program, man. All right, so we got Twitch, we got Glimish, we have VODs with her name in it. VODs are good. Celeste, what's happening, girl? She's another one of my amazing mods too. Misfire. Oh, you're on Red. See, my name or your name got my website like ranked like number. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. I appreciate you. And there's a bunch of oddball stuff like YouTube. But that's just it too, you know. And what they're doing is it's collecting like the misfire is what it's doing.
Yeah, so, it's because like say it's all to do with their branding element, right? So the higher up the exact match and cross platform across blah blah blah, then you pair your search engine optimization you know, and that's why stuff like that you'll end up getting tagged in stuff that's just not relevant.
Yeah.
You know, and that's probably an important piece. But it's interesting that you appeared in that
I was hating awake.
that search page on the front page as well, which is
Dark's
pretty
asking
bizarre.
Dark's asking, how are you awake?
Yeah, I shouldn't be awake. But yeah, I'll probably have to duck off in a minute anyway.
Yeah.
Try to go get. I got a tournament tonight.
Oh,
a big
goddamn.
one. So I'm literally streaming live from the Overworld Esports headquarters tonight.
Oh, wow.
So they invited me down to come and see their operation and meet the team and stuff. And they've setting me up with a PC and everything from the headquarters, and I'll be
Nice.
streaming live from there. Yeah, so it's gonna be pretty cool.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, yeah, we're gonna close this out, anyways. So
Sweet.
what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do you think they're like balanced, or who's better? Is it Twitch or Facebook? I mean, I know some of you just came in at the end, but most of you know what Facebook is, and I don't know if I know like Hellfire hasn't. Kamikaze coming in with the raid of 5. Appreciate you, guy. What the hell? Welcome, Kamikaze. Welcome all your
Kamikaze.
Vedas. Welcome all your Vedas. Anyways, for the ones that are just coming in, this is what we're doing from now on. This is the Doghouse. This is what we're going to be doing. And so tonight was Twitch versus Facebook. We were just kind of going. Hayton over here, my buddy Hayton over here. He is a Facebook, and I am Twitch. So he's blue, I'm purple, and I didn't have my Twitch shirt. Didn't come in time. So, anyways, so Dark says Facebook has more tools. I do agree. I mean, when it comes down to it, if I was a new streamer first getting onto this channel, and hopefully people see on the YouTube, if I was a first time streamer and was wanting to learn streaming, I would say go to Twitch.
100%. I agree.
And if you are wanting to but like I said, don't put your eggs in all in one basket. So set your count. If you're a new streamer coming into the streaming world, set your accounts up everywhere that you possibly can set up with the exact same branding. Don't have one, go through all of the streaming platforms and find your branding name and see if you can brand it across all platforms. My biggest downfall with my number one downfall with Facebook that I can see after talking with Hayton tonight and everything else and getting a lot of his insights is the privacy, but there's ways to get around, to make your page more private. But I think logging into the site should automatically make it private. That is my only downside with Twitch, but there's a way, like I said, the number one way around it is creating a separate page with your gamer tag.
Yeah.
Or your branding. Sorry, your branding. I don't like calling them gamer tags because we're in a content creator and we're trying to make a living out of this, and what we're doing is a business, and that will be coming in the streaming 101, as we go along, is how to treat this as a business, because I am a businessman as well. So I understand business. But yeah, finding your brand and branding it across both platforms. I would say right now, if you're wanting to get straight into streaming, Twitch and Facebook is the two streaming platforms that I would probably tackle.
Yeah.
How do you start Facebook gaming? Go to Facebook Gaming. Don't go to Facebook. Go to facebookgaming.com. And you set it up just like you would a Twitch.
Yeah, it's facebook.com/gaming or fb.gg.
Yeah, fb.gg. That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah,
just go to www.fb.gg. Oh, let's try this. www.fb.gg.
.com, I think at the end. Maybe, I'm not sure.
No, I think that goes straight to it.
It should do, yeah. I think .gg should go straight through.
But that will take you to the gaming platform of Facebook. And actually, I know it's like everybody that's on Facebook. I see them a lot of times. They put out their entire thing like facebookgaming.com / their gamer tag or their branding. And if you can shorten it by www.fb.gg in your thing.
Yeah, / your name.
No,
So
it's not about who streams over there, and not about hurting everybody's feelings, because Facebookers and Twitchers, they already know that there's, everybody's got bias against one platform or the other. So that's not a big thing, Mephisto. Mephisto says nothing against you, Hayton, but I can't stand Facebook with the passion.
No, and it's the same thing as guys, go up. We can't stand Twitch. It's exactly like I said. It's the most important thing for me is find the platform that works for you, right? And I'm a beautiful example, and we kind of mentioned this already, and it's probably my closing statement between the two, right? Is Twitch is a behemoth. It is the streaming platform destination. Right, it's one-dimensional. You know what you're going there for. You're going to go watch streaming content, right? People clicking their live button, off they go. That is what Twitch is all about. Facebook is a social media platform, right? Yes, there's the live element where you can stream and watch and absorb content, but it's not the main dimension around it. Facebook is a social media platform. It's about engagement offline. So you don't have to go live to engage with the communities, chat with the communities, run your communities. It's all about VOD. It's about engagement, social media, photos, videos, clips, posts, news feeds, all that type of stuff. It's a social media platform. Now, if your direction is I just want to stream, just want to game, when I click live, I'll engage with my community. When I switch off, I'll go to somewhere else to engage with them, whether it be Twitter, blah, blah, blah. Right? Facebook is all encompassing. And that's the content that you've got to really buy into if you're that type of content creator. So pick the platform that suits you as a content creator. Like I say, for me, about the way I like to run my community, as I like to not just speak to them when I'm live. I like to engage offline through my groups, through my VODs, through my posts, through sharing my social media stuff, sharing some of my life off outside of streaming. That's just, and that platform works for me. And like I said, it's not for everyone, but if that's the type of content you like or the type of content you want to create, go to Facebook Gaming, because that'll absolutely help you, right? Similar to YouTube style or YouTube streamers, right? YouTube streamers, the reason why most of them stream on YouTube is because of the VOD element, because they don't necessarily like the go live element. They want to create VODs that they can do offline and share. That's the platform for them, right? So find a platform that works for you, and you'll be happy.
But yeah, I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Facebook, like he said, is a social media platform, and it's an avenue for you to advertise on. It's like I said, for this one right here, I experimented with it. I know I didn't get. I don't know if who's all in here that came from Facebook or not, but I did just kind of see. I put a 35. You can go onto Facebook if you want to. Like if you have a special, I wouldn't do it like on every stream. If you're having like a special 24-hour stream or something like that, or something special you're having in your stream, no matter what platform you're on, I would say, and this is one thing I like about Facebook, is you can go onto Facebook, put a budget down, purchase an ad, and it will, like I said, for $35, I think I was guaranteed to reach 872 people. I looked at my analytics before the start of the show. I reached 973. So I went over what I paid for. So I've got, 870 some plus whatever. So I only paid for $35. So I only paid for the $35 package or whatever you want to say. But you can, whatever your budget, if you want to do $100 an ad, it boosts your ability for Facebook to promote you. And that's the only thing that's not the only thing. That's one of the things I like about Facebook. Over all other social medias, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, everything else, is you can go in there and you can purchase, whatever you want to budget. $35 for 800 and some people, a guaranteed 870 interactions. They guarantee 870 interactions. That's when you purchase the ad, they said you are guaranteed 870 some interactions. So that means Facebook is going to promote that to at least 870 some people. Now an interaction means that when you go to Facebook, you see the ads on the side of your page there. That means somebody has clicked on that ad. Just to kind of, it doesn't mean that they're going to come over. There's only a 1% chance that you're going to get anybody from there. But no, it's not a pay to win. It's called promotion. You sit behind a camera and just expect somebody to walk in your stream is not ever going to work. You're a business. You have to treat this as a business. I've been telling everybody this since I've learned this since day one. This is a business. If you want to make money off of this and you want to make this a career, it's just like any other job in the world. You have got to put 100% into it. You have got to be the CEO, CFO. You have got to be the headhunter. You've got to be everything. You are uno number one. That means you have to go out and you have to do what you have to do to get people to come into your stream. And advertising is 100%. What do you think would happen if Walmart never advertised? What if Taco Bell never advertised? Do you think you would ever know of them?
Everyone would be getting In-N-Out Burger, right?
Yeah. I've heard of In-N-Out, but what do you think? All those businesses, what do you think? You know how much money they dump into advertising a year?
Yeah, massive.
Taco Bell alone probably dumps $1 million. I bet you they have $1 million budget just for advertising. Just because they're part of the PepsiCo. So PepsiCo is the main umbrella. So you have Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, KFC. Each one of those are probably budgeted out $1 million a year plus for advertising. So $35 to reach 872 people with a hopes to maybe have 1% of that come through your chat. I wouldn't say, like I said, don't do that every stream because you'll go broke.
Yeah.
But if you're going to have some type of a special event, or if you're going to have something, just out of the blue, maybe once a month, because sooner or later, if you do that on Facebook, sooner or later, the algorithm's going to catch you and it's going to start promoting you on its own.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Google will catch you. It's all about search engine optimization. That's what I said in the beginning of the stream. That's what I've learned. I'm going to tell you right now, for the past 24 hours, I have been promoting the fucking hell out of tonight's stream. Yeah, granted, I haven't got the people that, I promoted to. I have got, we're sitting at 14 people now. We started out at 3. So something worked. Something worked somewhere. So and it had to have been something advertised somewhere. So advertising, you've got to treat it as a business. Advertise your stream. It's not pay to play or pay to play to win. It's advertising. Like I said, you have to pay for it. It's what it's there. Yeah, but raids and hosts, I mean, and that's the one thing, it's like on Twitch. That's the only thing I don't like. That's another thing I don't agree with Twitch. It's like if you're trying to gain partnership, your raids, hosts, and there's something else that does not count towards your viewer count for partnership. So you can raid the shit out of somebody with 100 viewers. It will not count towards your numbers for partnership. It wants unique viewers that come through your channel.
Yeah. Concurrent and unique.
Yeah.
Those are the big two measures.
So, but yeah, I mean, whether, like I said, Facebook, yeah, I'm going to say, it's kind of balanced. Yeah. Facebook has the better organization than Twitch does. I do have to agree with that. With the dashboard and everything else, Facebook is a big check mark in my book for that. I wish Twitch would have that. And I've heard that before. I have heard that people would wish that Twitch had more ways of helping streamers determine where they need to go other than just what we looked at, just kind of like what games, and those are what we looked at earlier. Those are total views. Those aren't people that come into your chat. Those are people that watch your VODs, watch your clips, watch your highlights. Those are the views that come through your chat. See this right here. Is it still up? So this right here, you know what Hayton was talking about. I had 25 or 12. I had 12,499 views. How's you doing? Sorry, man. None of the special channel points and stuff work. I forgot to shut them all off. I'll redeem that back to you. But the right up here where it says 12,409 views, that is not how many people have come through your live streams.
No.
That is a that is a total value of how many views have viewed your page. So offline, online, whatever. This right here, they look at when it comes to partner. They look at your views because they want to learn. They want to know your view count to see if people are actually coming through and interact. This is a page interaction, is what this is.
Yeah.
So I've had 12,409 interactions, kind of like what Facebook has with their comments and everything else. They count their interactions.
Yeah.
Now the followers, followers are great. They're big numbers. They look good to sponsors, but other than that, it's followership. It's like I said. It's like I said. I'd probably say 10%, maybe 11% of those come from giveaways. Maybe more, maybe 20%. But that's also a 2.5 year accumulation. So,
yeah.
But no. But what you're saying about pay to how'd you say it? So you're telling me
pay to win.
Pay to win. No. Grind no, and if you would do your due diligence and your research, you would find out that grinding don't work anymore. Grinding, unless you're a top tier player on a game, playing a game constantly is not going to work for you. I'm sorry, it's the honest God truth.
Well, here's a brutal example, right? If you could right now streaming on Twitch, if Twitch came up with a element that said, "Hey guys, for $10." Will feature you for 24 hours on the main page of Rocket League or whatever, right? For 24 hours, you'll be the number one front and center on the main page. Would you pay it? Question mark. I reckon
for $10, fuck yeah.
For $10 for 24 hours, right? They'll put you on the main page, featured streamer, boom, within that game, right? Now, everyone knows being on those feature pages, if someone goes to Rocket League, they're going to start on the top streamers, right? And click and go and view them. That's just the way it is. For $10, would you pay it? I think majority of people would, right? For $10 for 24 hours to be featured, right? Because imagine you could clip that, put it on Twitter and go, look, I was featured on the main page. Like, you would do it if it was available to you, right? But everyone bashes Facebook because their business tools are so much better, right? And they have the platform to be able to do it, that everyone thinks it's pay to win. It's not, because I guarantee if you had that on Twitch, if I was still streaming on Twitch and that option came out, I would pay $10 and I'd be like, hey, I'm featured for 24 hours. I would be snipping it. I'll be pasting on Twitter going, I'm on the main feed featured, da-da-da. Like, how great is that for your brand or for you as a streamer to go, I'm on main page, blah, blah, blah. Most people would pay it unless you're really tight.
And you want to know something? You know that $35 I spent in that ad? Yeah. It was free. You know how it's free?
They give you things. They give you credit, right, to run your first ad.
No. I'll pay $35 once it's completed. It runs for 7 days. Yeah. I think I got 2 days left on it because I started it late. But it's free. Even though I paid $35, it's going to be free to me. You know how? Because at the end of the year, when I do my taxes, I get it back.
Yeah. But Facebook also, so to entice people to run ads and promote, like I sometimes get a thing come through and go, you haven't placed an ad in a while. Here's £20 credit to run your ad.
Yeah, I got one of those.
They give you like a £20 credit to run your first ad.
Yeah.
Right. And it's just incredible. Yes, they're a business. They're trying to make money. Totally get it. But the tool is there. Why wouldn't you use it? Like I say, and that's a real simple question for me, right? If you had that option on Twitch to be able to do it, pay $10 to be featured on the main page, whatever, you're going to do it. I don't care what anyone says. You're going to do it, right?
Hell,
even if you just do it once.
If I was doing something, like these talk shows, if I was, because like I said, right now it's like Friday nights is a set schedule. Saturday nights are for special events, and as soon as I can get, Wednesday nights coming up are going to be new creator nights. But and I'm hoping to fill at least 4 nights a week. In doing just this, and I can do it. I've sat down today. I've contacted several, and that's what it is. It's like if you want to do something, you got to contact people. You can't just sit there and wait for people to come find you. You got to go out and promote the ass out of yourself if you want to make this a living. I mean, if you want to sit there and compare yourself to Ninja and Shroud, but look at them, their gameplay is what got them into promotion, and their promoters. Ninja's Red Bull, Shroud is Logitech. All these fucking big ass namers. Who just came? Oh fuck, Nate Shot. Nate Shot with 100 Thieves. He's sponsored by Excedrin medication. He is making. You know what? He's making more money from that sponsorship with Excedrin than Ninja is making with Red Bull. You want to know why? Because pharmaceuticals is the number one paid sponsorship in the world right now. In the world. Excedrin is a worldwide name.
Yeah.
Red Bull is only known in the sporting industry. Excedrin is a worldwide household name across the entire world.
Yeah.
And he's sponsored by them.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, told him that he was, everybody was like giving him a bunch of shit and stuff like that on YouTube's about being sponsored by Excedrin. It's like, dude, that is the most fucking smartest business decision anybody I could think in this industry has ever made.
Yeah.
You got a worldwide fucking sponsorship.
but it's about knowing your worth, right?
Exactly.
That's what forces brands to want to partner with you. You've got to know your worth. And that's why I always say, like, streamers can moan about their viewers and we're not doing well and the grind is really tough. It is, right?
Yeah.
I'm not dismissing that.
Yeah.
But it's about, are you putting in the time to know your worth, right? What is your impression rate? How much engagement are you getting? What is your current growth of the last 7 days, 21 days, last 6 months? How many clicks are you getting on certain video accounts? What's the length of time people are watching your content for? All that type of information, right? And I'll use a perfect example. So I'm partnered with a company called Desert Studios, right? And Desert Studios do all my streaming content, my stingers, my intro videos. They do all of that for me for free, right? I don't pay a thing because they've partnered with me. How did I get that? It wasn't me going, please, can you sponsor me? Or can I sign up to an affiliate program? I approached them because I'd seen some of their work and I said to them, right, I'm on Facebook. Here's my community. Here's my following. But what I do is my branding is consistent across every single platform I'm on. This is the amount of followers I have on each platform. This is how much impressions I get. This is how much retweets, blah, blah, blah. This is how much engagement I get on Facebook when I'm streaming, da, da, da. What I would do for you, right, is you get access untapped to all that community, my network of streamers, my streamer contacts within my streamer group that I have on Facebook, all that type of thing. And I will, promote you. I'm your partner, right? They signed me. Now, they do everything for me for free. I don't need to pay for any of that. And all I've done is I've spoken to other streamers about it because they've seen my content and go, oh, God, I love your intro video. Who did it for you? Hey, I'm partnering with Desert Studios. Go and speak to them. And Desert Studios rang me up and went, oh, we've had 5 streamers come to us this month. Amazing. Thanks so much, Haytons. Can we do another intro video if you can do it? Or if I want something changed. That is genuinely all I did, right? Now, my worth is not a lot, right? Because I'm still small time.
No, I haven't watched any of the Olympics. Sorry.
But I know my worth, right? What it currently is now.
Yeah.
And I went and took a chance with it, and they seemed to like it, and they wanted to partner with me. You've got to know your worth. You've got to put in the time. You've got to understand what you're doing because, like I say, it is a business, and if you just want to stream and just have a bit of fun, Twitch is probably the place for you, right? But if you're going to try to run it as a business and create social media and engagement and stuff like that, if you want to partner with really top brands outside of gaming or anything like that, you've got to know your reach across other platforms and other mediums. If you don't, and you just look at Twitch, that's why so many small streamers can't land big deals or big sponsors or a decent sponsor because they stream to 5 viewers, but they don't know any of the analytics behind it. It's about knowing your worth of what you can offer a business or anything if you want to partner with them. And be bold, man. Go after something, you know. So if you like something, you know, you might go, damn, I eat Pringles every single day. Man, I would love to be able to get a pack of Pringles sent to me every single week that I can promote on stream, but I get a free pack of Pringles every week.
Yeah.
Go and approach them. Have a chat. They might say to you, no, sorry, you're not good enough, or come back to us when you reach this level. Great, you got a goal, you know what you need to go after, right? And that's the way it works, but hey ho.
Yeah.
I generally need to go though. It's 4:45 in the morning.
Are you making Twitch more talk show, less gameplay? If stated already, I missed it. Yeah, because I suck at gameplay. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's gonna be nights I pop in and just play games, you know. But for the most part, this is like I said, after the very first one, we did a couple of trial runs when I very first started doing this, just to kind of, you know, get the feel for the program and everything else. And my very first live was the Mixer. Where Are They Now with Glambon Grim and Shadow and Ilcat. I was looking at the and that's one thing is like you always look at your analytics to see if it's doing for you. If I stayed at 5 to 6 viewers, what I normally do, I probably wouldn't continue. But it was within 6 hours of the video being posted after I trimmed it down and everything else. 6 hours, I had 252 views on that video. It was like, you know, I didn't get that many views through the channel, but I had people come back. You know, I've had people come through every, you know, just kind of randomly swing through. So it helped. You know, my analytics went up. You know, when the total walkthrough views. See, there's a difference. There's the views that stick, which are you guys, and then there's the walkthrough views.
Yeah.
There's 2 different view counts on Twitch's panel. There's the actual views, which is you guys, and then there's the walkthrough views. I peaked out at 96 views that night. You know, and I ended up with 12 for the overall because of as long as I was on there, because it takes an average. So if I hit that 96 views and ended the stream, I'd have probably had 60 views on that stream is what it would tag me at. So yeah.
It's about conversion, right? And you've got to keep bossing it out, because if you get 250 views every single video or every single thing and you convert, 0.5%, that keeps happening. That conversion keeps happening. You start growing and growing and growing, get more and more and more. But you've got to grind it out. And it's about consistency. That's the most important thing, which we've mentioned a lot through the stream tonight. It's about consistency, because the more regular you post, the more you get into feeds at regular times. You can analyze it. You can use your trends and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, unless you do that, you might post once every 2 weeks or once a week or whatever. You're never going to get a reach or conversion of what you want. It's about that consistent. That's why the likes of all these big stars on social media platforms, stuff like that, do so well. But if you've seen how much work they put into it and the amount of videos and stuff they post, right? I mean, you think about it on TikTok, that Charlie Amadil or whatever her name is, right? She got 100 million followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
Right. But she's posted like 2,000 videos or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's just incredible for a 16-year-old, and I use the example with my YouTube, right, where I've started doing shorts, but I've pumped out like 7 videos in the space of 3 days, and some of them have gone boom 1K views, and I'm like, I've never had 1,000 views on a video on YouTube ever. I've got 69 subscribers. Why would anyone want to watch it? But I've also had 3 videos that have had like 10.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it's that constant pumping of content, because all it takes is, 0.01% of those guys to then click a sub, and then my sub count goes from 69 to 100, in a real short space of time. And with that opens up more doors on YouTube, because then you go, I can customize my YouTube link, and I can customize certain things, and blah, blah, blah. And you start reaching that view count that then enables you to get onto the partner program. It's just that constant boom, boom. You have to do it.
Yeah. And there's one thing too about Twitch, on Twitch, I didn't realize it was in there, but in the VOD section, you can go. I mean, I knew you could go through and edit your VODs, but go through and clip your VODs and edit them down in the Twitch VOD program. Once you're done with that, save it, publish it to your timeline. There's another on that little button there. There's also, it says export.
Mm-hmm.
You hit that export button, because I always thought it was like export meant it saved it to your hard drive. No, the fucker exports it to YouTube for you.
Yeah.
if you have your YouTube channel. What's up, Chadley? But yeah, so it's learning the tools, and that's what we're going to get into with the Streamer 101 stuff. That's coming up next month. So I hope you all come back for that, because it's going to be with Reanimator, the veteran streamer and partner on both Mixer and Twitch, and she's got an awesome growing community on YouTube as well. So she is like an all around. Well, you guys were here last week with her, so but no, yeah, and I got to let Hayton go so he can go to bed. We went on 40 minutes longer than I would expected, but
amazing.
But it was fun. I enjoy this. This is me. This is what I like. This is what I'm going to do. So not saying I'm not going to play games anymore, because I know like a few of the people that come through, like Chad and Ivy and stuff like that, they still want to play games and stuff. I don't mind doing that. But this is going to be my what classified as bread and butter on Twitch. And like I said, I'm going to transfer at least maybe one night to Facebook just to kind of get things set up over there, maybe get some traction over there. Because like I said, my family's on Facebook. I would like my family to be involved in what I do. And so maybe that will help them get involved, because I have one family member on Twitch, and she comes through every once in a blue moon. But I want my family to know this is what I like doing. This is me. This is where I feel more comfortable at. So, but anyways, Hayton, oh God, man, I appreciate everything. I know we got kind of like off topic, but that's what we do here. There was still information. There was a plethora of information. I hope everybody was at least appreciative of that. That was pretty cool. But like I said, and even though we come up with a topic, and we did, I think we ended up with a poll that it was kind of balanced. Somebody said in chat that they felt that it was balanced, and it balances itself out one way or the other. You know.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. But I had a super good time, man. I genuinely, like I say, this is out of my comfort zone anyway, from a content perspective. But as a streamer, I love to chat, right? So I've had a great time, and like I say, you're a really good mate of mine, man. So it was good to. I feel honored to be on the Doghouse.
No, I feel honored
for the evening. So thanks so much for having me, man.
Hey, anytime. Yeah, like I said, we'll be doing more. So hopefully, like I said, we can get into some. I don't know. We'll get into some Warzone stuff or something like that. Maybe later.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Well, I'm happy to do a segment on competitive gaming, right? Because that's an underbelly world. Everyone thinks you have to be a professional to do competitive gaming. Nah. You don't have to be. And yeah, I think that's an interesting topic for another night.
Yeah, let me do some research on that. I mean, I know a little bit about it, but I still got to do a little bit more research before I do that. So
yeah, absolutely. Good man.
But all right, ladies and gentlemen, this is HaytonsGB.
Thanks very much, everybody.
Facebook and Twitch, all across platforms. That is his name. So make sure you guys, if you like what he does and everything else, go give him a follow and everything else. But I got to let him go. He's over in the UK, so he's like almost 4 a.m. Yeah, 5 a.m. there.
Yeah.
So go get you some sleep. Sorry I kept you up so late.
Yeah. But thanks so much, guys, and big shout out to Rebel Dogs community. I appreciate you guys. Have a great day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I'll catch you guys on the next one.
All right. Good luck on the tournament tomorrow or today.
Cheers, brother.